Hi, everybody. Here we are, me and an empty chair. It's an improvement. Scott, good morning. Wakey, wakey, shaky, bakey. Absolutely. I'm gonna have some coffee because it's early in the morning. Mm. So, tell me, Mr. Chair, have you seen any good movies? Mm. That was riveting.
Good morning, homie.
He's more than just an empty chair, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Legion of Comics.
I thought I had my timer on. I didn't. So when I went there to get coffee, I had to turn it on.
And of course, I'm just such a stickler for I can't. God forbid if I let it go late a minute or so before we go live.
I was watching the time too. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make it. I'm like, oh, it's 7:30. I'm gonna make it before it's 7:31.
Oh,
How are
sorry.
you this morning?
Oh, I'm waking up. I thank God I set 2 alarms
Yeah.
because last night I was sat down to watch TV in the evening, fell asleep in my recliner, woke up about 11 my time, and I was like, oh, now I'm awake. I'm like, why awake? I can't go to bed. I'm just going to toss and turn. So I hopped on the stream with Katie for a bit last night, and
K is that the K popper?
K-pop, yeah. And then, next thing you know, it's like, okay, oh God, I gotta be up in like 2.5, 3 hours or something like that. So I gotta go. And then it's like still tossing and turning. So waking up this morning was rough, but
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you being here.
made it. Thank God I set my coffee pot before I went to bed.
Yeah, that made all the difference, huh?
God bless the auto timer.
Yeah, I just didn't turn it on. I set it and everything, and then hit that last button. So I walked in there and just like walked in with a long face. I'm like, oh, bummer.
Sorry, I'm trying to send.
God, that's hot. I normally have it turn on like at 5 in the morning,
There it is.
but God, that is hot. Oh man, how was your week, good sir?
Well,
Better than Vince McMahon's.
oh shit. Yeah. Well, like him, I haven't been fired yet, so
There you go.
I guess in that way we're a lot alike.
I like to see that you're trying to find the similarities and not the differences. Oh my
I think
God.
the mustache has all the differences.
Yeah, that was a funny comment from Becker. Well, that explains the mustache.
Jeez Louise. So freaking, he really did. No wonder he hung out with Fabulous Moolah. But, yeah, yes, can just pay the person. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm missing something. I'm sure I'm missing plenty, but it just seems like prostitution to me. Like it seems like a bunch of vile people agreed to vile acts together per discussion, and someone didn't follow through their discussion, their end of paying them. Is that what I'm getting?
Well,
Like
it's different.
none of the messages really matter. Like that's just you know what I mean. Like
It's not.
legally speaking.
It's not. I mean, you don't call it. They don't always call it prostitution when you promise somebody a job and it for sex, and then you make the condition of their continued employment be continued sex and stuff like that.
Okay,
That's
so for a job, I thought it was for money.
yeah. Well, yes, but a job.
Yeah, no, I didn't get the job part. I thought it was
Oh
just. I thought it was just someone who already worked there that was offered
no,
money.
no, no. The whole when if you go back, so a lot of things. So for those that don't follow along, apparently, you know,
The
Vince.
big news
Yeah,
yesterday.
Vince McMahon back in the news. More allegations from a woman who's already been brought up before, but no, she didn't. One of the links was all the court documents. When you read through the court documents, it tells you that she was she was just living in the building that Vince had a penthouse in or whatever, and she was her husband. She was down. I think her husband had died or something, and she was out on her. She was having a rough times, whatnot, and anyway, ended up getting connected to him, seeing that somebody at the building, like the doorman or something, reached out to him to ask if he would help her out or told her his story, and then he like, yeah, I'll help, and offered her, had her come in for like a job interview for some starter position, and was like, all went from there. She started working for them after the fact type thing, and then got moved around, literally. So, anyways,
And apparently she saved like text messages and stuff that she's been sharing, and they're wild. They're
What's
they're
up?
wild.
yeah,
What's up, guys?
It's a sordid affair for sure. What are you doing?
Talking to me?
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Holy cow. For a second, I thought we had a live action Whack Comics.
No.
Good morning to Izzy.
Good morning, guys. How you doing? I'm just doing my breakfast. I figured I didn't want to miss all the fun stuff to talk about this week. So
There's so much to talk about.
there actually is. This is not like the big news of the week is Justin Timberlake's hosting SNL tomorrow.
Holy crap. I wonder if they're going to bring it back. Are they going to do it? Is Andy Samberg going to show up for a special?
What's the special occasion for it though? Think about that for a second. What would it be?
The box, man. The box.
I know the box, but they usually do. The last time they did it with Dan Aykroyd and Steve Martin, the Wild and Crazy Guys meets the guys from the box.
That was hilarious dating game episode.
Yeah, some dating game, and the girl left with all of them.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny. Yeah, but besides that, man, CGC, CBCS. What else we got? We got Ultimate Spider-Man's Marvel previews. It's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot to talk about. So what's up with you guys? Mark, how you feeling, by the way?
I think I'm feeling a little better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Still congested, ear still kind of wumpy, but when I do stuff like this, I can feel it moving around, which is a big relief to actually just not have like pressure to the wall.
To windows.
It sounds weird, but the past couple of shifts working has seemed to help a lot because while I'm grooming, like I'm leaning over this way and that way and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And, that kind of like broke some of the pressure. That's when I first noticed the pressure kind of coming off my ear.
Yeah. Rob, how are you doing, sir? Thank you for the suggestion from yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I've never, like I said, I have one that just arrived from him.
Okay.
I haven't opened it yet, so I've never opened one from him, so I don't know. But he's a channel member, so
yeah.
And he was super generous during C3, so I'm happy to.
Cool. What is this? Some context
here? He's asking about some ideas for people with mystery boxes, whatnot, within a certain price range.
Yeah.
Old Man Collectibles is about
that was over the price range that Izzy was looking at.
Yeah, I try to keep it simple. I don't want to go overboard. I don't have that many channel members yet. So when I have that many channel members, then you'll get larger boxes, of course. But when channel members are not as much, then I got to use another thing. But it's all good. It's fun. I got a convention this weekend, so that'll be fun.
There you go. Yeah, we got I don't know. For me, it's end of month. It's been a crazy end of month for us from a work standpoint. So I've just been busy as hell from that end of everything. But
same here. They So in my job, one of the things that I've been doing recently is I've been doing a lot of motion graphic videos, but they're new to it. So they're new to it, like, and they never had someone do motion graphic videos before, and they treat it like it was a PowerPoint, right?
What?
So the thing that really annoys me is that I'll do something and it's supposed to look like a finished product for them to say, okay, great, let's just fix this, like a little typo here or something like that. Instead, they come up and they just say, let's add a slide, let's add an image, let's say this. I'm like, you know what that means? That means we got to re-record, we got to do, all this stuff that they're not thinking about. Meanwhile, it's for a program that only lasts for 2 weeks. And meanwhile, I'm there like, you got to be kidding me. So that's why I've been so busy lately.
But do you get paid for it?
Yeah, it's part of my job.
Well,
My
there
job.
you go. Quit your
It's
bitching,
not-
young man.
Let's tell you. I'm gonna tell you.
I ain't trying to hear none of that. You need to start with
wait.
this week.
It's
I got
actually-
paid to,
no.
and then
No,
start.
but that's the thing.
complaining.
That's the thing. I don't get paid directly for that work. That is supposed to be for an opportunity for a promotion. So it's not exactly. I'm doing it for the sake of getting a promotion, not so much for that's what I get paid for.
Which means
More
more money.
like effort is
Exactly,
50%
which means
of it,
more money, but
and-
not right out of my pocket just yet.
Well, just to let you know, is the effort 50% of it, and attitude is the other 50%. And I'm
That's
gonna
why
tell you
I'm
right
stuck
now,
right where I'm at.
you
tell
got
you
about a
that attitude?
50% on this grade.
That's right, exactly where I'm sold on career stagnation. I've told my boss that now for 3 years. Every time we have reviews or something, she's like, "Well, what do you?" I said, "You guys have me sold on career stagnation. I'm happy right where I'm at." I said, "I see what the people above me, the next level up, how much hours they put in, how much overtime, and all this other stuff. They're constantly 24/7 all the time, and I'm all, no. I like that I come on at a certain time. I leave for the most part at a certain time. I mean, I have some gray area. Sometimes I'm working an hour extra here or whatever, but
You got some gray area right here.
I've got enough. Yeah, I've got enough. I've got enough where I'm set where people go. I can respect the work-life boundary, and which at the next level up goes away. So I'm happy to stay right where I'm at. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to have a title that says director or VP or whatever. I'll stay right where I'm at as a senior manager. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't care about those kind of roles. I don't want to be in charge of anyone.
I got my group. It's easy. The Romanians, they're super, super awesome.
So is anybody planning on seeing Godzilla -1 minus color this weekend? Limited engagement this weekend only. Out now.
I would love to, but there's too much going on this weekend.
True story.
Mm-hmm.
What, Godzilla -1 or Izzy?
Too
has
busy.
a lot going on?
Well, I have too much going on this weekend too.
Oh, so that's a new story then. That's a completely different story.
Yeah,
Tell us
but
what
you know
have
what?
going on,
I
Rob.
definitely want to see the black and white version. If it comes out in Blu-ray or digital, I will pick up a black and white version because I think.
Homie, you can just adjust your television and you can watch it in black and white. Like,
you definitely can do that.
Go into settings, boom, you're done.
The last black and white movie that I really enjoyed like that was Logan. If you guys haven't seen the Logan one,
I didn't watch the Logan one. I have to check. I wonder if my video has that, or if I'd have to adjust my set. But Justice League, the Snyder Cut, they released it in the Justice's Gray edition, which looks fantastic as well. It helps like blend special effects when it's in black and white.
Well, they got to do that. They got to do that for Flash then. So so the babies actually look real.
Or it make it look even crazier. Some uncanny valley stuff.
But as far as the weekend goes, like I said, I got a convention on Saturday.
Night. That was awesome.
Saturday. And then Royal Rumble, man. Royal Rumble is gonna be this is probably gonna be the biggest Royal Rumble ever. So
don't they say that about all of them?
Not like this one.
Don't they say that also?
Nope. Actually they don't. This one's now McMahon is out, especially that's another story altogether.
I heard he's going to be there in a triple threat match.
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually a fatal 4-way match, though.
I think they call it a 3-way match, but
Yeah, 3-way.
Yeah, that's what they want to call it now, right?
a terrible 3-way.
Yeah. Ooh. In
a special Cleveland Steamer event.
But as far as the story with McMahon goes, it's not like it's a surprise, but they're making it sound like it is. Like, oh my goodness, like we knew this already. This ain't old news. This is just.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see how long it takes. See if he gets fired again.
Izzy. Yeah, Izzy sounds like someone trying to sell me the next comic book event. This will forever change the things that come after it. Yeah, okay.
It's the first time.
Batman will never be the same.
Okay. I would say, yeah, I know all about that. I made an award sounding that the things would never be the same award one time, which is true. I actually did that. If you go
That's
back
a great
to
category.
If you go back to last year, I did the Izzy Awards, and it was before I was part of this community. But we did the Izzy Awards, and the Izzy Awards. One of the awards was things will never be the same again award. It was just so stupid. I don't know who ended up winning it though, but. That's how long ago it feels. But yeah. But in this particular instance, it's the first Royal Rumble where you don't have a good guess who's gonna win. Where all the other ones you had, like previous years, you knew okay, that's gonna be Drew McIntyre or that's gonna be Cody. This year, you really don't know who's gonna win it, and that's the best part about it.
I think MJF is gonna win it.
But who knows? MJF's contract is supposed to be up.
Yeah, he's not showing up. I
know, I agree. But Brock Lesnar was supposed to
Rainmaker might show up, but
no, he's not showing up. He's not showing up. He has too many obligations with Japan.
His obligations are done.
Nope. He's doing all the way to February. So
I thought he was done. I thought he said his goodbye.
No, he's in negotiations with whoever he wants to do business with, but he's not going to show up on. If it's WWE, he's not going to show up.
What is going on? Super Awesome Geek Show is in the chat. What is going on?
I guess I read the wrong. I guess I read a completely different article that said he said his goodbyes, that he wrestled his rest match and was done.
No, his last match is supposed to happen at the end of February, and it's on the February matches are in a handshake agreement, right? And he's honorable, Japanese, right? He's an honorable guy, so he's gonna fulfill those things. Those matches, and then he has like two. He still has like two matches.
Sounded like racism.
I know, but I'm just saying he's honorable. It doesn't happen. Do you know any American wrestler that's honorable?
Sting.
Okay,
that was
easy. He's going to be facing Nicholas and Matthew, the newly named middle-aged punks. So there's your little wrestling talk.
Sting is the most honorable wrestler I think that has existed. He's had like no dramas in his entire career.
Mm-hmm.
Just a good dude. Old Steve Boardman.
Mm-hmm.
He's the GOAT.
Former tag team partner of the Ultimate Warrior.
Yep.
Yeah. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
he was the original Rock. That was his name, Rock. Oh no. Warrior was Rock. He was Flash. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you got that going on. Brock Lesnar's part of the allegation story. So you're talking about the McMahon thing?
Yeah.
So Brock has been named in this lawsuit.
Has he been named?
He's been named.
Well,
not
publicly named. He hasn't.
In the lawsuit.
They put it in parentheses. He's in the various things because it's always reference. The reference was for re-signing a WWE talent and UFC talent.
Yeah.
So
they described him without naming him, and then everyone's
it could have been CM Punk.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Yeah, that guy has the worst track record.
Except it was also who was available, who was up for re-signing at that time.
He always has something stopping any kind of run he has, like he's breaking a foot, just being old.
You're talking about CM Punk here?
Yeah, how crazy would that be? As if he just gets back to a company, he's all back on top of the world, and then something else knocks him down. That would suck.
Well, CM Punk is known for winning the title and losing it because he was injured twice, all last year. Because that's how it started. He got injured in the match, and then they forfeited the title. They made the interim title. That's who ended up getting that interim title? I'm trying to remember. Was it It was Moxley.
I wonder if McMahon knew all this was coming, and that's why he decided to sell the company. He's like, I'm going to need some money for lawyers.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of that because when he retired, that's when they said they were going to sell, and then he came back because it looks like they were going to sell, but he wanted to had his shares, so he forced his way back in. They eventually sold, and he ended up getting a membership in the board. And what they're doing now, they're kind of like they're slowly kind of like getting him out. They're like pushing him out, but he still has too much power and control, so he's still involved. So, but now it sounds like they might actually kick him out for good this time. But who knows? He's McMahon. He finds ways. Nobody has a better lawyer than Vince McMahon except for Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran is a lawyer.
I know.
Yeah, he's not doing too much these days, from what I understand.
I heard he's 6 feet under. Last I checked.
Might be.
Yeah.
What was some other big stuff that dropped this week that you mentioned, Izzy? Other than Vince McMahon being a
So
dog.
you got that. The CGC, baby.
CGC's doing a lot now.
Actually, before CGC, you had the CBCS marketing ad that they pulled out. That's pretty much saying we're better than CGC, and here's why. I don't know if you guys saw that. We got better slabs. We got better
No
turnout.
Newton rings, tamper evidence stuff on our stuff.
Mm-hmm. So they did that one, and I want to say in response to that, CGC was like, "Well, guess what? We're gonna let all members submit, and if you are already an elite or premium member, you get a discount," which I think it's a big deal. But that is definitely
let's be honest for a second. For the middle tier, all they did is restore the discount they took away from you last go round, right? Because you used to get a 10% discount, but then they took it away and made it so you just get a 10% off their shipping supplies. Which
that's like me taking one of Finn's toys away for no reason. Then 6 months later saying, "Hey, you want a new toy?" He's like, "Yes, yes," and I give him back his own stuff.
Yes,
thank me for it. Thank me for giving you that.
Right. So I mean, for the first paid tier, I mean, it is an enhancement, but
20% for
then
elite,
they
25% for dealers. How do I get registered as a dealer?
Oh,
I don't know. I'm registered as a dealer.
Are you?
Yeah, because it's the dealer artist registration is the same.
I'm just going to forward you my books, then, Izzy. I'm just kidding. I don't submit enough for it to really matter.
And I have a submission already sitting there right now.
And I like how they made sure that they raised their prices in between the time of taking away our discount and giving it back. So now we're back to where we were with no discount. Right back to where we started with no discount.
But it's definitely a response to what's going on, right, with them. So I want to know, my curiosity is, did people just stop sending them stuff and it finally affected them in a way that they have to do something about it?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
I didn't even realize. I must have missed that they had raised their prices just recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've had 2 price hikes in the past 2 years from them.
Well, yeah, but I mean, everyone was talking like that there was like one just went into effect. But Doesn't look like it.
Not the one that was a few months ago that everybody was complaining about, right? It's not that. We're not talking about that one.
I guess not. I don't see anything that's different than as I'm looking, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, what is it like? Okay, so if I send it in a modern book, it's $25, I get 20% discount at my tier, so that's what, $8. That's actually not bad. Or 10, yeah, it's four. No, that'd be $4. I get $5 discount. Watch out! Watch out!
Well, they
But
put
it's per
discount
book.
also in the pressing of it if you want them to press the book.
If I did that, yes, which is new. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's new because that's something before they didn't used to do. But
Mm-hmm.
it's all right.
They
It's
still have the fee.
just get rid of my submission fee, man.
Yeah, the submission fee.
Yeah.
That's that's the one that kills me.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
and so that way I can and let me send modern and vintage books together. Damn it!
I
Yeah,
send everything together.
I don't like.
You don't have to ship
No,
it
no, no. I
separately.
mean, look, I can send it all in together. That's true, 100%, and I do. Because you can put multiple submissions in a box. But I'm saying you
Yeah,
can't put them on one submission.
I do.
You can't. No, what you can enter them all at once, Mark, but it will
They're gonna
automatically
separate it.
split it into two
Yeah, yeah.
submissions.
Well,
You'll
that's
pay
fine.
2 submission fees,
Oh, I
and
got you
you'll
on
pay
that.
2 shipping return fees.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
if I do that at CBCS, all they say is, okay, but everything reverts to the longest lead time, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't pay a submission fee, obviously, and they
Yeah.
consolidate everything into one return shipment, so you don't
Yeah.
pay multiple shipments. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I got charged. I send in 5 books. I send I sent 5 of my PC books that I absolutely needed to get slabbed, right? And for some reason they ended up splitting them into 3 and 2. So they're gonna ship them back to me, and I'm paying $20 for each shipment.
Yeah,
That's annoying.
they'll split them either if you're on different age tiers or different
Yeah.
value tiers, or if you decided to put custom labels on 2 books and
Yep,
not
that's what
the
it was.
others.
The labels. It was the
Yeah,
labels.
custom labels becomes a separate submission, which is
Once
ridiculous.
you know that these places are capping on shipping profits too, like massively capping on shipping profits because they have shipping discount deals.
Oh yeah.
All these
Oh, yeah,
places,
but-
we're getting charged premium shipping.
Well, actually, so I don't. For me, anyways, I don't know if they're charging a flat rate to everybody, but for me on the West Coast, when they're return shipping me some books and it's $25, $30, whatever it is, it's actually not that far out of line from what it costs me to send the books to them, or sometimes it's less than. So I don't have a problem with their shipping charge itself.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
But-
know they're getting like massive breaks. So
But well, this is true. They're getting way better discounts than I am potentially.
Yeah.
But the point being is that if I send 5 books and it's a lot different. It's twice as much to send it as an order of 2 and an order of 3 versus sending 5 books back. But yeah, that second plus on top of that extra $5 charge for because you decided to I'm already paying you $5 extra for the labels, but now you're going to charge me a separate submission fee and a separate shipment fee because I sent 5 books in and 2 of them have custom labels. So whenever you do a custom label run, you always have to ship all the books you want to have custom labels in one shipment and not mix anything else in with it. Otherwise, you're going to get that. It's the way you just have to piecemeal their game. It's extra steps. It's a pain in order to be. I mean, you don't have to, but in order to maximize or minimize your costs, you have to be aware of these things. You have to keep stacks. Like I have a stack right now. Like, okay, I only have 2 books that are vintaged here. That's not enough to optimize the savings. So it's been sitting there a while waiting for me to get another vintage book raw that I want, another couple of vintage books in raw that I want to have graded. so they have to sit there and wait because
I
it's
wonder
not.
if they're going to address the comic ages, the tiers next. I feel like that's just kind of the next natural progression step.
The next thing they would do is probably follow CBCS's lead and split the modern tier so that way they can charge more.
I was about to say, because it's like people are wanting, like, you hear people all the time like, how is this modern? Modern's too big. Modern. But the answer to that is more money from us, because if they split the tier, there's going to be a price.
Well, CGC when they talk about modern's too big, they're not talking about CGC.
Mhm.
They're talking about just referring to the modern era in comic books. Nobody except CGC and their shareholders are saying, "Hey, modern's too big. You guys need to split the CGC so you can charge more."
I saw people's posts yesterday about it. There's so much CGC stuff, and that's what even made me think of it now was someone's post about it.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think like the modern age has more than one distinction in it already. It would from a non-CGC perspective, it needs to be split more than once.
Yeah,
because I think 1992 Ford is there's a clear and present break at 92 with the
image.
With the image introduction, clear and present. There's never been a more clear distinction in age than that.
yeah, I agree with that. I also would say the advent of the gimmicks, which really came from Spider-Man #1, X-Men #1, which it's in the same date range,
Yeah, that's
right?
all response to image. The gimmicks were
Right. Yeah. But that was right before Image. So that predates Image because you got Spider-Man #1, which is McFarlane. You got Jim Lee's X-Men, and then you got Rob Liefeld's X-Force, which they all had some kind of gimmick attached to them. And that spawned, literally spawn, to get to that Image. And I'm with you on that's a good breaking point. I think there needs to be another breaking point much further along, sometime in the 2000s.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think somewhere in the 2000s there needs to be a breaking point. Maybe when writers took over comics in the way that they did in the 2000s, where no one cared about the artists as much as they cared more about the writers, which wasn't really gimmicky, but was more on the lines of, now you want to read the story because we have this writer. That time frame. That's probably a good breaking point, but who knows?
It's almost like they need to break them by decades, or like it's hard to picture an age going for more than 15 years because things change so drastically, and it's easier to see that change like when you get some time away from it, look back at it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there is a distinct
millennium age for like the first decade.
But there is a good breaking point within gold and silver and bronze, and even to the certain extent where copper comes into play, right? Because when copper comes into play, it's at the dawn of Crisis and the Dark Ages, as we call them, with the
New
dark
52
superheroes.
Marvel now is a great breaking point.
Yeah, I agree.
Or
I
a
think that's
rebirth
actually
at the end of New 52. I would probably put it at the front end of it.
Mm-hmm. I would go as far as saying the advent of the insane variants, where everything had to get a variant. That's the part that really, whatever. But we create these ages after the set.
Yeah, there you go. And a new age, and a brand new age started yesterday with Ghost Machine. I got some of those.
Yeah, I got a blank, so I got to figure out what to draw in it though.
Got the blank. I don't know who did the cover on Hornsby and Halo, but the Tomasi book, Manifolds, Rockefellers. Those are both first cover appearances. Hyde Street, the other Hyde Street, which is like the non-Nightmare one. That was such a good read. It's so Twilight Zone-y. And then the ad page from Hyde Street. Then Direwolf from Rook. Then Rook from Rook, those Fabok characters. And then getting into the more familiar Gary Frank Geiger cover, the Brian Hitch Redcoat cover. And
the variant. I like that, the variant age.
Then the foil. Booyah Chaka. Ooh, yeah. It was really solid. Tell you what,
Uh,
there's a lot in there that I'm excited for. It was a great
price
sampling of what's to come. I'm really excited
the
for it.
price changes only really marked the era for the first three eras. Really, you had the gold, silver, and bronze initial server. Then bronze price changed like three times within the bronze era, or four times at least, because we had 15, 20, 25, no, 35, and then a dollar. 50 cents and a dollar, all within the Bronze Age, technically, and then we started going from there because the dollar was like early 80s.
The dollar was mid 80s, I would say.
Was it mid 80s? Was dollar copper?
So yeah, and it was because of the types of books that you were getting. So there was we still had when
Still,
I
we had a
started.
lot in the. My point being is we had a lot in the bronze.
Yeah, we had a lot of 75 cent books. So that's when I started collecting. Comic books was normally 75 cents.
Oh yeah, so because we went 20, because we went 15,
Mhm.
or 15 was silver, so we went 20, 25, 35, 50, 75 dollars. Yeah,
Yeah,
all in the bronze.
yeah. And in the dollar books, we had books that even were like the $1.50 books, and it was because the paper quality was better. It was under prestige formatting, so you had little things like that which increased the prices of the books. Hmm.
Anything street level in Ghost Machine, all of it.
Hmm.
These aren't superheroes. You have a you have Geiger who's street level. You have Redcoat who's street level. All of the Rook characters we've seen so far are street level. Hyde Street, I didn't see anybody not walking on the street. The Rockefellers, they drove on the street.
Or any of them in San Diego, because then they could be below sea level.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
good point. That's below street level. I don't know, to be honest with you. Rook were not even on Earth.
Oh, there you go.
Did you pick up a copy, Rob? Or did
I
you
did.
check
I
it
got
out?
the X-ray specs copy.
Nice. Yeah, that was a cool cover. I saw that and I honestly thought of you.
That cover sold me because I wasn't going to pick one up, and I saw it. I was like, oh, you know what? All right, that cover's badass. I guess I'll go ahead and pick up a copy.
Yeah, and he's a character as well. Like I didn't realize he was going to be a character. I should have paid more attention to the when they did the Ivan Reitz announcement. He's right
mhm.
there as well.
Iron Reese.
Yeah, and he's right next to like a Frankenstein character. This is gonna be wicked. I really enjoyed that issue. It was really cool. That little kid creeped me out real fast.
Yeah.
It's like I can find him. I'm a third degree search, whatever. I'm like, what? Who is this kid?
Oof. Ouch. That would be a painful day.
Halo and Hornsby are an angel and a demon, but good luck figuring out which is which. I'll be honest with you, that was the only story that didn't have me like excited. I'm like, man, I don't care. But I talked to Beckerman's nephew Flo, and he's like, "Oh, that's my favorite story in the world." I'm like, I guess I'll reread it.
Okay, everybody. Scott officially herded the cats.
Hey, now if
Now,
you just drop a couple of them off over at Izzy's, he could take care of his problem.
actually, you know what? Now that you got them outside, change locks. Just saying.
Can they pick them up?
Change the locks.
Mm.
That's what I say. Anyways, yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Was super excited like yesterday over the littlest thing. So like last weekend on Saturday, the postman came and he delivered some packages, and then he knocked on the door and he let us know that while his truck was parked, somebody had drilled out the lock and stole like all the letters out of the car. And they left all the packages, but they stole the letters. And then we got the actual notice from the postal cops, whatever, saying, informing us of this, and you might be missing something, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm looking on the informed delivery to see what letters were scheduled, right? And what have we not seen? And one of those things was my youngest's brand new driver's license. I mean, it already has a driver's license, but I mean the replacement driver's license, which of course we need to get to him so he can fly home because he's got an expired license where he, at school. But also the fact that that's just, that's one of the worst things to lose, get stolen in the mail, would be an ID that then people can use to steal your identity and whatnot. And a couple days gone by, and we were about ready to sit there and go, because about ready to report it to the DMV and such. And then yesterday, a week later, the freaking the thing for the DMV showed up. I was so relieved that we were
they
gonna have.
they found it.
I guess, or it was, because it was really weird because the informed delivery shows you like scans of all your letters,
Yeah, I know.
right? And it shows you what day they're supposed to arrive, but then they don't actually always show up on that day. And so I had several items that were supposed to have shown up that day, supposedly, that have shown up. So I don't know whether or not they recovered the mail or whether or something else. But all I cared about was at this point, everything that of anything importance has shown up. And most, but that was the big thing, big relief yesterday.
So the thief wanted to find letters that had like checks or cash in it, like from grandma.
I guess, but I mean, it seems
That's the only reason why I would think that you would steal it.
Yeah, well, obviously, but I mean, you would think that the ID would be. I mean, how many people send checks in the mail anymore?
Grandma. That's the only person.
So
I can
we
think
just
of.
had. So at my job yesterday, we've been doing the ceilings. We had the spray and insulation put in yesterday, and I cut a check for $1,000 to the people. And then about 5 hours later, I'm walking across the driveway, and there's a balled up check laying in the driveway, wet from being outside for $1,000. So now, yesterday we called him, said, "Hey, your dude dropped the check out here." So we're sending $1,000 check in the mail to the company. So it does happen.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand. I mean, I occasionally write a check and to the various group or whatnot that needs to be done. But I mean, it's not like it's a common occurrence anymore. It's not the same frequency that it used to be. And even still, it's like, how do you? I don't understand how you get a bunch of checks written to a whole bunch of different people and somehow,
Such a level of trust.
I mean, unless you have an in with like some cash checking place that knowingly looks the other way or something, it's like, how do you, your bank all of a sudden says, oh, look at this, you submitted 13 checks with 13 different people's names all signed over to you, these businesses and stuff all signed their checks over to you. That seems kind of odd. But we'll allow it. That just doesn't seem to like it's likely to me.
Well, you haven't been in New York. That happens more frequently than you think.
Well, anyways, all that matters is, from my perspective, was I was more, like I said, I wasn't concerned about checks. I was concerned about the damn driver's license, and thank God that crisis was averted, because I did not.
Maybe
I bet there's been like
maybe
a
the thief
crazy
was.
amount of fraud that's been stopped since checks aren't like so frequent.
So maybe
No,
the
it's
thief
just
wanted
changed.
those.
Because
Maybe the thief wanted
you have tons of it. You have an increase in credit card fraud, and you have.
But maybe the thief wanted, those class action lawsuits where you get 50 cents. So you start adding them up.
Those maybe,
Yeah, I got 50 cents. Got cash this, baby. Love my Tumblr. Love my Tumblr.
Oh, yeah. It's okay.
Powdered tumblers.
Yeah.
I haven't won one yet. I'll get there, guys. I'll get there.
No comics for Mary. That's true. Especially since the packages weren't touched, Bert.
I'm running the kids in school.
So no thief stole any of the packages, which meant they all arrived. And there's lots of them. I gotta stop buying stuff for the next couple of weeks and get caught up on before I end up like Mark with a hallway full of packages.
Yeah, I got a table full of stuff that I just got to clean up, but I need to get a box. I actually have to get a box to put these things in. So that, and today I'm shipping out. I'm shipping out all of the artwork that I've done in for CGC. So that's going out today. Some of the giveaway items I have to send out. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's like a mini business and stuff like that. So all
Well,
that good stuff.
you know what they say. You knew the job was dangerous when you took it, Fred.
I enjoy it. There's fun behind it. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this international stuff for some people, though. That's the part that's a little irritating. It's like I'm not going to.
Shipping internationally, or
Well, yeah, I do have to ship like one or two packages internationally, but I got to ship some stuff to Canada as well. But I don't know how that works. I never really did that.
it's
When it,
like shipping a package to the U.S. Only you have to fill out a customs form.
yeah, so it's no big deal.
So the question is are you shipping? Are you using? Are you going to the post office and doing stuff, or are you using like pirate ship or something?
So I have ShipStation. That's
Se-
connected. Yeah, that's connected with my PayPal account, which is awesome. I absolutely love it. However, when it comes to international shipping, I would have to go to the post office.
Oh well, why don't you sign up? Why don't you try something like pirate ship, which is completely free,
Hmm.
and you can actually do your international shipping from there.
Okay, I'll look at it, man. Thanks for the plug.
So when you what happens is you'll enter in the address and stuff just like normal, and your package dimensions and weight.
Hmm.
At the bottom, it'll ask you for the customs.
Hmm.
It'll ask you like what are you shipping, and
Yeah,
it'll ask you for the customs code or an
yeah,
HTS code. So it'll give you a lookup, so you can go look up the HTS code or whatever.
yeah.
Enter that. Then
Hmm.
it's going to come back up, and it's going to give you. It'll go to get you quotes. It'll give you quotes. Pirate Ship will give you quotes for both U.S. mail and UPS,
Hmm.
so you can and the different rates and stuff. So you can
Yeah,
see if I ship it this, it's going to cost me this. Now,
yeah.
typically to Canada, U.S. mail, if you're under 4 pounds,
Usually.
U.S. mail is going to be the cheapest,
Hmm.
and will be the best because you're not going to have to deal with customs brokerage charges and such. Although that still doesn't mean that your recipient may still have to pay some provincial
Hmm.
tariffs once it gets there.
Yeah.
Even if you mark it as a gift, they may or
Hmm.
may not. But if you ship UPS, if you there's the cheapest option usually that presents itself doesn't include any kind of customs clearance, and you will really irritate your poor recipient when they get the package and they have to pay like $50 to $80 for customs clearance on top of any tariff charges and whatnot.
See, that's the part that I don't like, man. It's a comic book that probably costs $10 at most. Well, maybe not at most,
Yeah,
but
that's why if I ship it UPS, if I'm shipping stuff UPS, I'll pay the extra $10 to ship it expedited, which then
Mhm.
eliminates the
Yeah.
customs clearance charges for the
Mhm.
most part.
Yeah, that's the part that makes it a little more troubling. I don't want to do that to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's supposed to
no,
be a
just
gift, right?
yeah, that's why you just have to. I mean, it's something that I learned, but I mean, that's why I'm sharing that information.
Yeah, cool.
But
Besides that,
yeah,
so
but
that's
I mean, because actually like I'll cover this up. But like, so yeah, this is a packet I'm shipping to Canada right here.
mhm,
So it just prints on the same on the label, even the 4x6 label, the
yeah,
customs clearance stuff's all on there. So it's
mhm,
good to go.
awesome.
And so this from me to Quebec, which
Mhm.
is and it's under a pound though. It
Yeah.
still costs $25.
Wow.
But that's about the same from anywhere from 1 pound to 4 pounds typically.
Mhm. So it makes more sense to just pile it up a little bit.
Well, I mean, by the time you start adding packaging and stuff in there, you get to 4 pounds pretty quick. And once you go over 4 pounds, then all the game's off because then you're no longer first class postage. Now you start
Mhm.
going parcel postage, and it can start costing way more.
Mhm.
Biggie, good morning,
What's up,
sir.
Biggie?
Morning. I gotta turn my kid's phone off. It's loud. It's very loud. There it goes.
Yeah.
Whew.
I'm about to go downstairs to street cleaning. Fun stuff.
But yeah, I mean, shipping to Canada is not bad.
Yeah, I got a package from Canada from TM. It must have only took like a week. Usually that stuff takes about a month, or I guess it depends on where you're at in Canada. I've shipped. Maybe it takes longer from America to Canada. I don't
Yes,
know.
that has been my experience lately. Shipping U.S. mail to Canada lately seems to be taking
A little longer.
2 to 3 weeks to clear
Okay.
customs and everything.
Mhm.
Whereas it used to be you just an extra day or something, but it's yeah. Scott, does anyone ship? Let's see. Anyone ship to China? The stuff I buy off AliExpress ships from China cheaper than if it ships from Florida. Yeah, well, so I mean, their ship usually what I think some of the Chinese stuff they're doing is they ship in bulk to someplace in the U.S. where then they subdivide and break out. Like I just recently bought a jersey and it shipped, but it took like a month and a half to get from China to me, and it ended up going to somewhere in the East Coast or Midwest or East Coast or something and then it turned around and then came back to me after sitting there for a couple days. So my guess is they're shipping bulk and then they're breaking it out and shipping U.S. mail domestically, the rest to get the cheapest rates or something. But
I
I
tell
don't want to
you,
ship to China though. No, that's a pain in the ass.
I'm not very excited about the little cute, wincy, stupid Deadpool dog. Like I'm seeing pictures of a little tiny Chihuahua with its tongue hanging out of the side of its head, and it
Oh,
looks
one of
like the
those
dog
poopy
from
dogs.
yeah, it looks like the dog from Deadpool 2, where the chick, the Deadpool's like toddler legs, and he's walking around, and the
Mhm.
chick has the dog. So in the comics, it's like a normal sized dog. You know how Deadpool's like a normal sized guy. The comic it
Yeah.
fit more, and I don't know, man. I don't like if that's the first thing I seen where I'm like, why did they have to go so goofy? Just make it normal.
Well, there's a dog in a
It's a
costume.
dog, but it's a little cutesy wincy dog. Like, what the fuck is he gonna do? Like, I just don't fucking like it.
I assumed it was like they're getting one of those like ugliest dogs in the world and trying to make it like
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
a
it
really
sounds
that's
ugly
like.
what they
dog.
did,
Yeah,
and that's not how it is. It's like a
no,
normal dog. It ain't like
I
a weird dog.
well, again, not everything has to follow the comics, but
I guess.
my guess is that for comedic value, they're
Right,
thinking the concept is
right.
that
Oh, it's definitely for
Wade
comedic
is an
value.
ugly looking guy, and therefore he has an ugly dog to keep him.
So,
Oh,
Is
the,
my that
yeah,
was
but it's
my
supposed to look normal in the uniform. You don't see the ugly till you take the mask off. You're gonna see the ugly the whole time. I don't know, man.
yeah, but
we'll see.
we'll probably see the dog for like 5 minutes tops. It's a cameo. Yeah. I think it's gonna be playing for laughs, of course. I'm almost certain about it.
Here you go. Mark says he believes it's a Chinese crested. They're the most ugly looking dogs on the planet. Yeah.
So they'll do something with that.
It's just pissing me off for some reason. I
It's
just
a
don't
bunny
like
with
it,
big
and I
teeth and
love Deadpool.
fangs.
I'll defend Deadpool to the death, but that shit is not making me
Well,
happy. I just
let's wait.
don't
Let's
like
wait
it.
till we see it. Right? He hasn't really done
Right.
it wrong yet.
We got a trailer coming up soon, so get ready. February 11th. You got the first
Scott,
trailer.
I got your reference. I think that is proper. Very good. I like that. The bunny with big teeth and fangs.
Everything else is making. I'm pretty pumped about it, but the dog is annoying me so far. Everything else I like.
Alan Rue asks the question: as a collector, should you get more joy out of finding a whale book, something you just can't find in the wild, or for a close friend, or for yourself?
For myself.
Well, speaking of whale books,
If it's a fucking whale, I don't usually give them away.
I did find the dog poop comic book caught me in a dollar bin a few months ago, and I immediately picked it up. So I guess that counts.
as close as I came to like a well book is like Spider-Verse 5, the robot guy. I gave a bunch of those away because I found like 6 or 7 of them. But I know I don't really find like $100 books that often. I get pretty excited. I don't give them all away.
I think
I
when
gotta.
he's saying whale books, I think he's meaning like white whale books. So it's because he says books you don't find. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like a big monster pricey book or anything. It's just like
Yeah.
one of those books you just don't see,
Okay.
and you come
Yeah,
that you come
multiple
across.
of.
It could be a
I hear you.
$5 book, but you just don't see it. Do you get more joy out of finding one for yourself or for a friend? And I think still, I don't think it changes the answer. I think obviously first and foremost, it's natural to feel like finding one for your that fits what you've been looking for is more enjoyable for most people than finding one for somebody else. But
Well,
doesn't
My
mean you
mother
don't get
too.
pleasure from both.
if I'm finding something like that to give away, it's usually because I found 5 or 6 copies, and that's not uncommon. Like I've found 10 copies of shit that's cool. So
Yeah, you go to that one guy, you find that one guy at the con who's the reason you've never seen this book is because he owns all the copies.
Yeah. Well,
I hope
there was
I hope to be
a
that
few books I got
one
like
day.
that.
I hope one day to be that guy that somebody's like, man, I haven't seen a copy of Shogun Warriors or X-Men 2099 #1 ever. It's like then they come across me and they go, oh my god, no wonder this guy has them all.
every single one, yeah.
Rob, you have a copy of X-Men 2099?
I got like 15 copies. Yes.
Oh, I was about to say. I was like, I would have figured you would have had. So for me, it was
Oh yeah, no, I was saying like I'm the guy that somebody will find and say like, oh, I couldn't find it, and it's because I've had them all. Not that I'm looking for the guy that has them all.
yeah, I see. So
I am looking for the gold copy though. I mean, I can go find one.
That's cool.
I
No,
have a
You know
Stop.
that-
Shogun Warriors #1 is not rare. I was just using it as an example because it's a book that I've got like I don't know, like 20
Yeah.
copies of or something.
So I have a boatload of Matrix comics. So those Matrix comics that came
Yeah.
out that they were giveaways, I have a whole bunch of them because when I would go to conventions at times, if something was considered free, I would just take a stack. I didn't care. I just take a stack of things, right? So I have like maybe 15 Matrix comics, and I heard those books are worth something.
I think book before the last movie that came out, there was some increased movement on them for a while. I remember watching some people like send them off to get them graded and like coming back and selling them for a couple $100.
Wow.
But I'm sure that it's not as big now.
You know a gold variant that I've only seen once in the community, but there should be millions of is those Topps card trading gold variants. You know what I'm talking about? Topps card trading comics. No, just the Topps, like the curvy stuff with
okay.
Yeah, they had gold variants, and TM had one, and it just blew my mind. I was like, "Whoa!" That was like a nostalgia trip for me. I was like, "Damn, nobody has those, dude." I'm like, "Where are those at?"
I need to sell my Ultimate Spider-Man #1 before we. Well, how's this? Why don't you sell your Marvel's preview of Ultimate Spider-Man #1 that just features the cover, which is going for $30 right now? Previews. It's going for $30 right now.
What about my original Ultimate Spider-Man #1? What?
Oh
yeah, Brian. No.
My shop might still have that. I'm gonna have to go check and see because she got real chintzy and started. Is that the one you ordered the comics out of? Is that what you're talking about?
The catalog. So the Marvel previews that came out a couple of months ago, which features the first cover of Ultimate Spider-Man. It's stupid. It is the most dumbest thing that people are hunting this down so that they can say they have something with Ultimate Spider-Man #1. But the way I look at it, it's still Spider-Man. There's nothing special about the way he looks. There's nothing different about the way he looks. It is a preview. Now, when they did the preview of, Miles' Ultimate Spider-Man, and he was in the cover, it was the first time we saw what he looks. That was something special about that. That was one of those books I found hiding in my box, and I immediately got that created and sent it out and made a couple of bucks out of it. But it's
that one don't make no
preview.
That one don't make no sense either, because people say the money book's 95, but it was actually 94, which I had 94, but it was cheaper. So
Well, I
I
had
don't know
95.
what to think
I
about it.
sold 95 because it was the cover. It was a cover. That's why. It was all
So
about
was
the cover.
94.
Mm,
It had the Jarek or whatever cover on 94, I think.
yeah.
I don't know what the hell. I can't remember how it went, but yeah, it's just like, it's either first or not, but people go pay for the cover. You know, they're like, oh, there is more pronounced on 95, I guess.
The way I look at it, I think that's a slabbing issue. That's because of slabbing. That's my feeling towards it. Because before slabbing, these things were never like that. But now that you slab it, covers are more important than they ever were. Because let's be honest, that's the only thing you get to see when you
Yeah.
slab the book, right? The inside and the back, the back and the front, and that's it. But yeah, I'm getting rid of mine, so I'm gonna put that sucker up on eBay. You guys want an Ultimate Spider-Man preview for $15? It's gonna be on eBay. Look it up.
No,
I'll
I
sell
don't.
it.
I'm gonna,
If I wanted one, I would have picked it up.
I might have multiples, but I have to check.
No, I don't care if you have multiples. I still don't want it.
I know you don't want it, but somebody out there wants it. I don't know why.
there might
Yeah,
be somebody.
But no,
Yeah.
there are somebodies. There's more than somebody. I don't know who these somebodies are, but there's people out there that want these things.
I'm a preview guy. I like ads. I like them.
I like
I don't mind it.
previews. No, I collect previews, but I don't collect them for collectability. I collect them really for reference. I used, before the age of internet where you could just get a reference, as an artist, I used to collect the previews because I used to like looking at the poses and seeing what the artist did, so I could incorporate it into my art. That's why I collected them, and I still love it because I get to see what's coming out and all that stuff. But I never really treated them like gold. You know what I mean?
Well,
I didn't
feel like
bag and board them or anything like that.
I feel like once you crack the seal to a portion of collecting, you might as well go all out. So, like, I remember the first ads I started buying were Marvel Age. And
Yeah,
I
I
was just
remember.
like, well, I'm collecting Marvel Age. I might as well collect the previews, like,
Yeah.
what's different?
Well, previews are what came after. So
Oh, fuck, now I don't know where my wallet went. Great.
wallet's gone. My wallet's gone.
Yeah.
I got a garbage truck right here blocking me, but I'm not going anywhere.
I didn't go far. There it is. You guys got to see my fucking. I got a bet with my mom, so she got me a purse for Christmas. And I'm waiting for somebody to say, "Hey, that's a purse." And I said, "It's probably gonna take about 3 weeks to a month," and nobody said anything yet.
It's a satchel.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly.
Oh yeah.
I'm just waiting for some dude to be like, "Why do you got a purse?" And nobody's done it yet. So
you know what's funny to me? I see all this stuff with this Ultimate Spider-Man. Okay, you won a copy, KBDM. Congratulations! And I see people. So I'm already seeing like KRS Comics was advertising an exclusive variant cover for the third printing and stuff. And I'm like, I have like. I don't know, man. I must have like probably 10 copies with already different variant covers of this thing, all from the first printing. It wasn't like it was a hard book to get, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
It was because of the hype train that came along with it. That's what it was.
But it wasn't hard to get.
It wasn't, but I don't know what happened. It's an anomaly to the sense that these cover A's, I don't know, maybe the cover A's were under order and everybody bought the variants, but I don't know what happened. I don't know how this book just blasted into Superman 75 levels.
Or maybe people just didn't. I mean, some of the, I don't know. It's just weird to me. I don't know.
I agree. I think it's weird too because again, I couldn't possibly think it was low print run, right? Because it's still Spider-Man. It's a #1. It's Ultimate. So I'm sure there's a high print run. So that right there, that doesn't change anything. That makes the book
Oh my
same
God,
price.
there's even gonna be for the third printing. There's gonna be a fucking 1 in 25 incentive variant.
Well, there's also a Virgin variant that they just announced. So
I'm sorry, I cannot play the subsequent printing game. I don't care.
yeah,
I
So-
refuse.
what I'll do is I'll buy one of each. I won't buy any incentives, but I'll buy one of each and play the waiting game and give it a little bit of time. And if it has momentum, then I'll just resell it. I don't care. I got my book. I got my copy. I got a few copies actually.
Yeah, but I mean, even you already got like the first printing and like multiple copies. It's like, I just can't. Second and third printing variant cover. Oh, come on. That's fine
Yeah.
for the people. That's fine for the people who didn't get a copy, and they want to get a copy. Great, go ahead. But
Yeah.
me, I'm not chasing that. I know people who do, but it's like, no, sorry.
The chase books apparently have always been the fourth printings now. What I'm seeing is a lot of fourth print comics are going up in value even more so than first printing.
And that's again, I will stand on my freaking sword on that one and sit there or fall on my sword on that one and say, hey, look, I'm sorry. It's your consolation prize. I don't. You can say it's a smaller print run. It's a smaller print run because everybody else already got their copies of the first three printings. Dude, you didn't get jack and squat. It's a consolation prize. It's like, well, it's better than nothing.
And that's the argument they'll give you.
I know.
I'm with you. I agree with you 100%.
Because it's the same thing that everybody does it for these things. They try to make things rarer to add fake value to them when they sit there and say, this is a newsstand variant versus that. This is a Mark's Jewelers variant versus that. This is this. It's a Canadian price variant instead of that. It's only rarer, it's only not as common because you're not in Canada. So, or you're not in the UK, so the pencil variants rare. It doesn't mean that anything from a standpoint of squat, except for 3 collectors who maybe prize that over everything else. For everybody else, it doesn't matter. It's the same damn thing.
3 collectives. That's great.
Okay, maybe 7 collectors, but I mean, come on.
No, you were right. 3. You were right with 3.
I mean, when you're like off trying to collect, or like the other day, like I can think multiple examples of where I've done it. My ASM 1, okay, it happens to be a pence variant, but I didn't go looking for it. It just happened to be cheaper than the US variant because somebody priced it not based off of last sold, and it doesn't sell as frequently, so it had an older price on it. So I took advantage of it, right?
Yeah.
When I was looking for my New Mutants 98, everybody wanted to sell me this freaking newsstand variant, and they kept saying, "Oh yeah, it's $800 or whatever." And I'm like, "I know it's not. It's not worth a penny more to me for it to be a newsstand variant versus a direct variant because I
didn't try to get it. No, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I just want the book. It's only worth more to me if I'm selling it to some moron who values it more.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
I got a newsstand, but I'd paid for a direct. But that's besides the point.
Well, I got a direct, but I paid 50 cents for it, so I'm okay with that.
Oh well, I paid about $300 for mine, but it's a 9.4 Newsy.
Well, I picked up New Mutants 98 back in a Big Apple convention before Deadpool became the icon he is today. So that's why I got
a groundbreaking person, is he?
Yeah, so I got it for I got it for 50 cents, guys. 50 cents I paid for my book. So I'm happy about that. But the book that got away from me, that's my consolation prize, was Amazing Spider-Man 345 First Appearance of Carnage. I missed out on that first printing. So they made the special, I think it was the silverback.
The second printing, yeah.
Yeah, so I picked up the silverback, and that made me happy, and I still have my silverback.
You made it sound like a gorilla, though. It's just a silver, man. You don't have to call it silverback.
I call it the silverback because of the background.
I get it.
Okay.
No, I mean,
but it is a silver background.
No. I mean, look, that's right now. My only copy of ASM 101 is the second printing. But you know what?
Oh, okay.
someday I'll get the first print. I just haven't found one at the price I want to pay,
Yeah.
and people still value it more than I think it's worth. So,
Yeah.
hey, that's the game, right? And that's
Oh,
fine.
that shit is
It's literally
way low right now.
it's
Yeah.
the same thing. Same thing as a facsimile. Look, I'll put a facsimile in as a space holder if I'm working on a run. It's a consolation prize for now. Yeah, do I want the regular or facsimile or reprint, whatever you want to call it? It fills the run for now, and you can come back around and replace it if you want or not. It doesn't.
Yeah.
So there's a Hulk one. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it
Oh.
doesn't mean it's more valuable than anything else.
There's a Hulk 181 on eBay right now for 1,400. It's raw. They got it at a 1.0. They're saying
Mhm.
it comes with a facsimile. It don't have a stamp. It looks like it has dirt out the world on it, and it could be cleaned up and possibly bump up. But I'm not big on cleaning or all that shit. But for my sake, it's like, do I buy it for 1,400 and save $600 on a decent looking copy, or do I save up for and possibly pay almost twice as much for one that's a little bit nicer?
It seems to me for one that's missing a stamp that 1,400 seems high, but then I
You think so?
haven't gone digging recently. But I will tell you that last year when I was at Heroes, I was seeing one. If you were willing to get a lower grade copy without a stamp, I was seeing raw copies for less than $1,000. Not much.
That's crazy.
Not much. I mean, they were like around 950 or something. But
Yeah.
I
That's so great.
saw them.
That's good.
Were they
prices.
slabbed or I never?
No,
I haven't.
they were raw, missing the value stamp.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I haven't seen them that cheap yet, but that sounds fun.
So to be honest, when it comes to books like that, I wouldn't buy them off on eBay or any kind of place, because you're running the risk. You don't see the book in front of you, so you don't know what you're getting. Even though they tell you everything, me personally, I go to enough conventions, enough shows to say, okay, if I see it here, what's the price they're at? I can look at it. I can request to, open it up if they let me, all that stuff, and then from there I can make a decision, and I can even bargain down if possible, with some people, and then I think that's a better. You had a better chance of having a better book.
I've been
than
looking.
doing that.
I've been watching this book for 9 months on the internet, and I don't have short box or any of that shit. I just have eBay in my comic shop, and I've only seen 2 copies. Buy it nows for under 1,500. 2.
Yeah.
Well, people, that's the problem is the buy it now is unfortunately people usually are really kind of overpriced. But
Now auctions you could get like nice little mid grade copies for around 1,100 to 1,500, but
Yeah.
gotta be lucky on those. I might have to go auction way to get a good one.
Adam,
Hey, madam.
Morning.
That's okay.
Good morning.
If I had to.
just looking.
I got a GSX auction wise once. It wasn't too bad.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think I spent like $980 on a GSX in the auction. It was pretty good.
Download the ShortBot app. It's free. It's actually, I love the ShortBot app. I think I love it.
It's not bad. There's some things that could use some improvement.
There's some things I would agree, and I think, but for what it's worth, I bought some really good books at good prices. I enjoy how it functions. I like the owners. They're good people. So.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I dig. I'm a big. I get along great with
Gene. Right?
Gene. Yeah, but
yeah.
ran into him. I ran into him last I saw him. I ran into him at San Francisco Fan Expo. I was like, "Oh, I didn't see you guys' booth." He's like, "Yeah, I'm not here for the booth. So I'm just here as a comic collector today, man." And we were just chatting about some stuff for a bit, but
that's cool. Yeah.
It's one of those things. Like if I'm willing to spend 1,500 on a low grade Bronze Age book, why won't I get a cool Silver Age book? So Showcase 22 is a rarer book. There's less of them, but as of right now, it's easier to get than a 181 at a low price, or
Yeah.
Daredevil one. Daredevil one is maybe easier than Hulk
Mhm.
181 right now. So
Yeah.
it's just
I think
like,
Well, you
Hulk
know
what
what?
am I doing?
I guess as I'm looking at this, man, I guess the prices on that one have been it's been higher than I.
It's high as hell. Like you're talking about in front of
Yeah.
you at a con. I don't know. eBay's or internet's a
I'm just
bitch.
looking
Yeah.
at what they're selling for. Yeah, that they're I mean actually sold stuff. Of
Oh
course,
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just go by listings because you rarely see them before
the
they get sold like that.
I'm just looking at the low grade stuff is all anywhere from for the most part up to about a 3.5. The actual selling price has been between 14 to 1600 dollars, but most of those are all 2023 sales. Nothing's really in the low grade sold this year, or even only a couple sales in December.
hmm
But
hmm
wow. All right, so yeah, so about 14 to $1,700. But for that, but the point is I'm looking at it based on the sold prices, Biggie. Like you can get like a, if and as if you're
Willing to
patient
get
hunting or
another
something, right?
stamp.
You can get a better grade book for that same
That,
$1,400.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
agree. I agree.
with 181, that book's always going to be. I would say that's a book that's always going to be available somehow.
Oh yeah.
Because you know what I mean. It's one of those books that everybody hunts for, everybody's looking at, and I think
hmm
Wolverine hype right now is high because
Yeah.
Deadpool.
I'm not
So it's
as
like,
secret. I'm not as secretive of these opportunities because they just keep rolling in. They keep
yeah.
rolling. So if
So
someone
it's
buys it, that's good for me too because it lowers the market. Like someone bought the low
yeah.
grade for 1,400, maybe another one will come.
Well, yeah. That's always going to be another person say, okay, that's sold for that. Let me try to sell it here. There's always going to be. It's a competitive market, right? So to do that with a book of that, which there are a lot of. Let's be honest, there's a lot of those books. Um, but a lot of those books are also graded too. Um, I'm a big fan of buying raw, then grading. I don't care what the grade
Most of them
numbers
are
are.
graded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's harder to find raw copies than
yeah.
graded.
So circling through the chat a little bit on a couple things before we get too far on. What is the Short Box app? It's a selling platform here in the States, Scotty. Um, it's this
It
app-based
is.
selling platform. Uh,
It's a comic. It's a
for,
comic book
yeah,
selling app because it's for
yeah,
comic books.
yeah. But what's really kind of unique about them more than anything else is that they've really tried to level the playing field between the buyer and the seller in putting price guide built into it and
Hmm.
color coding books based
Oh,
on
Dark.
whether or not the price is in market, the current market range or not.
Hmm.
Um, but that doesn't mean that everybody sells the books there in market range because people list stuff and they leave it there and they forget about it. And then what ends up happening right now is people list stuff based on what they think they want to sell it. If they were selling it 2 years ago, and then they have a 75% or they cap what you can offer them at 75% of. So you try to offer anybody a current market price and it won't let you offer the price. And so you can't do anything. Either you have to overpay or just move on. And it sucks,
Yeah.
which is a lot of books right now that are like that, unfortunately. JB says, if you spend the money on the other book, well, actually, you know what? Let
Let
Mr. Birch
JB say it.
Mr. Birch, would you mind reading this comment for us?
Sure. So Biggie, you're talking about you can't
No.
decide
Read the
if you
comment.
should.
Read the comment.
Oh,
That's it.
sorry. If if you spend the money on the other books, you're still going to buy the Hulk 181 in the end. So you're just out double the money.
Now you had your commentary.
So what were you trying to say in this message?
So you're debating. You're saying that you can't decide if you should go for the 181 or if you should take that money and spend it on another book. Correct?
My original argument is, should I buy a low grade at 1400, even though I know I could get a more solid copy for like 2K, kind of deal? Because it's almost like, why am I paying double for something without a crease in it, or something without the stamp is a pretty big jump, but just a complete copy would be nice for me. I don't know what I'm going to buy yet. I'm just in the, if it was 1,000, I wouldn't even think about it. 1,400, I'm like, eh.
My follow up question is: A, is it going to bother you that the copy that you do buy, the cheaper copy, is
Mhm.
more beat up? And
Mhm.
B, are you going to upgrade it?
No, I would never. I haven't upgraded anything in my life. Maybe one book that I sold, but is it gonna bother me? The only book I bought that bothered me is I got a off-white Iron Man 55, and that white cover being a little brown just annoys me for some reason.
Yeah.
But besides that, I'm okay.
You heard it here first, guys. Biggie Shack still has Windows XP.
There you go. Scotty, as far as a free, there probably are, if they're out there as far as inventory apps or whatnot. But I know that there are some things like, for example, well, no, even cover price. If you want to track your price, if you want to track your
Cover
inventory,
price you got to pay.
it costs money to track more than a certain number of books.
Mhm.
Can you
You could go.
can you do
You
it on
could go to
short
Go
box?
Collect.
Short box, yes. Actually, I don't know. If there's a limit to do it, but it would be kind of unless they're all slab
I
or something. It
don't
could be
know.
kind of difficult to.
I'm not sure if you could do it that well with short box.
Yeah,
I kind of want to get a slab copy too, because there's so many fake 181s, but that don't really prove it either, because CGC's been having problems. But
I know a lot. I
it
know a lot
wouldn't
of
feel
people who
good.
just want free. They just use spreadsheets, man. I mean, it's not.
No.
but yeah, I don't know, and if there is a free one, I'm sure it's loaded with advertisement.
Mm.
Let's see.
It's time to make one.
There you
It'd
go.
be nice if someone in the community had a low grade Hawk they'd let go for cheap, but I haven't been seeing many people. Everybody wants like 5K for freaking mid grade I run across.
It would also be nice if someone wanted a low grade copy that they wanted to pay out the butt for, because then I would sell mine.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think CLZ is now $24 or something. I think they just raised their prices this year for the annual subscription.
Yep.
Yes, you can have multiple collections now. That was a recent enhancement.
Well,
on
actually,
CLZ.
overprice is free.
Overprice, okay.
Overprice
And
is free.
you can maintain your collection.
You can maintain your collection through.
Oh, you mean over?
Overprice,
Is you talking about Overstreet?
Yeah, Overstreet. I said overpriced. Overstreet, yeah.
Overstreet is overpriced.
Oh man.
We only sell books that are overpriced here. Yeah. Oh, so it's like eBay.
It's too early in the morning.
Yeah, you're gonna crack me up, man.
Says shit. I'm still working on Windows 98. Well, it's better than ME. So there you are.
Wow, Windows Me. Remember that one?
The Millennia Edition. Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, I do have a floppy disk over here for DOS 6.0 somewhere. I came across it recently.
You got the IBM computer ready?
Yeah.
I need to learn code. What's up, Jack B from Michigan?
All right, well, I'm gonna drop a little promo before I go. I'm gonna be on Sands tonight selling, so if any of y'all got a couple bucks, come by and buy my books. But I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all.
All right, Tiggy B.
Later, guys.
Cheers.
Rob, how are you feeling about the game on Sunday?
I'm going to be in wine country, drinking wine.
So pretty good. You're going to be feeling pretty good.
So by the time I get home, the game will be over, probably, or almost. I'll be probably be about halfway over, or mostly. So I'll find out. Let's see. I like to be cautiously optimistic, but at the same time, as a sports fan, I'm used to getting my hopes up and then having my heart ripped out and stomped on. So
you're Niners.
It's good. It's good practice for life, Rob.
yeah, we haven't.
You know what it means, but you know how to win.
We have, but we haven't. We haven't recently made the Super Bowl type thing. We've had a long run. For my time as a Niners fan, because I didn't start. I started in the '80s because I used to be a Raiders fan before that until they moved to LA. But as a Niners fan, early on, we had a lot of success. Then we've had some dry years. Now, not as dry as I'm not comparing myself to like Cleveland or some of these towns where they go, "Damn, we just love to make the Super Bowl," right? But
we just want to win a game. We just give us one game.
But anyways, I try. If I get my hopes up too much, then the pain is that much worse if you fail. So I try to temper my expectations and go, man, it would be nice. Don't get me wrong, but but I know the Lions are a great team, and I wouldn't go around betting money on it. I mean, I'm not so blind to my team that I'm willing to think that it's an easy way to go, right? So I think it'll be a great game no matter what. We'll see.
When was the last Super Bowl for them? 94?
See, 80, 84, 88, 89. Those were their 4 winning ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then they recently went with Kaepernick. When
That's
Kaepernick,
last time, right?
that was the last Super Bowl we made it to, was the Harbaugh Bowl.
Yeah, you beat the Chargers, right? Am I just making that up?
You're making that up.
Yeah.
Now
I 90. They 94 against the Chargers. Okay, Alan saying okay.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is that it's been almost 30 years, or it will be 30 years. It's
since they won.
Yeah, since they won.
Yeah, because they appeared recently with Kaepernick. So
yeah, but that appearances don't count.
Well,
you gotta win it.
For some teams it does. If it wasn't for appearances, the Buffalo Bills would, be.
Where's Chris when you need him right now?
I mean,
okay. Let me. I'll rephrase.
You're still won a conference. If you appear in the Super Bowl, you won your conference championship, and that's a big deal for some teams.
I'll rephrase. For teams that aren't used to winning championships,
sure.
For teams that aren't used to winning championships, appearing is great.
Right.
Yeah, that's the case with all leagues.
Anyways, like I said,
I'm just happy to be here.
We'll see. I'll be like I said. My wife and myself are going up to Napa to go meet with my sister and go to the winery and go spend the day there for my birthday. And I'll come home and try to come home. I got to come home before the game lets out, so that way I can actually get home.
Well, unless it's.
I have a question. I haven't been watching football at all this year.
Right.
Welcome. Neither have I.
At all. So I am wondering, though, like an important question: who is the halftime show this year
for the Super Bowl?
Yes.
No idea.
That is a very important question.
Yes. Who is it?
Usher.
Usher.
Right? I think it's Usher.
Yeah, it's Usher because someone said it this week. I remember someone told me. It's Usher.
Not Usher and somebody else?
It probably will be other people because it's, when's the last hit he done?
Truthfully, I don't know. All they advertise on the commercial is just Usher.
What's Usher's most famous song?
You're asking the wrong person.
That's a different. I'm not from that age group.
Yeah. Is it called Yeah?
I don't even know.
Is he sing it?
Bam, bam, bam,
I don't even know. I know who
yeah,
Usher is. Other than I've heard the name, but
yeah, you gotta do this.
Usher could be here on the panel, and I wouldn't know.
Well, Rob, now that you mention it, I'm Usher.
Wow, that that makes sense. Or I'm sorry, you're not Usher. You've been an Usher.
Prince.
Got it. There's a difference.
That's not what you were asking.
Yeah.
I will say, Scotty mentioned Prince. No, he didn't. Prancer. Anyway,
I was about to say, I don't think Prince is making the content.
Prince's halftime show was amazing.
Because Prince is amazing.
Well, Prince is, of course, amazing. Rest in peace. But his halftime show, you guys remember his halftime show? And he had
I do remember his halftime show.
Like blowing behind him on a big, sheet and everything. It was good. For the time, It was like, but it was a little controversial, not like, Nipplegate or whatever. And then, Shakira and Jennifer Lopez, the clock dancing the whole time.
The Janet Jackson thing was no, please. They made it such a big deal. It wasn't.
Do you think it was planned? How many people think that?
Oh, it was definitely planned.
100% planned.
Yeah,
of course, she had a pasty, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe she's a little freaky.
Well, she is a Jackson.
I don't know.
This is true.
All I know is that
she didn't.
I don't care.
She did marry Jermaine Dupri, so
I don't watch Super Bowl for the halftime.
See, that's like the only reason.
Like all of America, I watch it for the commercials.
Yeah, same here. Can't wait to get Doritos. One time of year, I'm Doritos and.
All I know is puppy, monkey, baby.
Oh, Puppy Bowl! Don't forget the Puppy Bowl. That's a big deal.
Oh, Puppy Bowl! Yeah. That's on. That's like on a different channel.
So that's on Animal Planet. And then they do.
Always
they
loved
do the Puppy Bowl before.
That. Like one year, there was like I think the first year that the Lingerie League was launching, they did something like at halftime too, and on a different channel or something.
Wait, can I just say the Puppy Bowl? Like I never got into it. I probably have a cold, dead heart, because I was.
Puppy Bowl is the cutest thing.
The Puppy Bowl is great when you have young children.
It is so
and
cute.
You want your young children to be entertained.
Okay.
They love the hell out of it.
Right.
And it's
not the Lingerie Bowl, though. That makes sense.
Oh, wow.
But we just lost Justin. It's not just
the days of yore, the old Bud Bowl. That was the old,
Or when WWE would do Saturday, Sunday night heat in between the halftimes, and you got them really cool matches. That's where you had the Rock versus Mick Foley.
When anytime you sit there and try to make exciting about a Super Bowl, a football event, and you're talking about everything except the football game, then you've obviously lost it, in my opinion. But
best halftime show is Creed. Wow.
Have any of you gone to a Super Bowl before?
No, that's just so ridiculously expensive. I mean, going to a football game.
People think it's worth it, though. They save up.
But those people, half the people that go to the Super Bowl aren't there to care about either team, and it's the rest of them are just like only the uber rich nowadays, right? Even going to a regular football game is stupid expensive, and you talk about the cost to go to a game and get decent seats for a family of four. By the time you're doing all the parking and the seats and you're talking about spending $1,000.
Yeah, and Super Bowl tickets are $1,000 for at least $1,000 per seat,
and that might not even be decent seats.
You can see it better on TV.
Well, I think it's the experience.
Look, I'm a
mile. You were there.
I'm like 2 miles from the Niner Stadium, and I haven't gone to a single game there, and I don't have any desire to, because, like you said, I can sit down and watch it on my TV. The chair's way more comfortable. The climate's better. The food's cheaper.
It's cheaper. No line to the bathroom.
Exactly.
You get commentary. You know.
No sticky floors.
No, there may be sticky floors.
How much are Super Bowl tickets? Follow-up question: how much is the book line of books behind you? Again, but the difference is these bring me more joy than me going to a Super Bowl. So there you go.
Yeah. See, you get to look at those every day, whereas a Super Bowl would just be a one occasion memory.
I went to the only playoff game I have ever gone to was a baseball playoff game, and I didn't even pay for that. At the time I ran a shipping and receiving warehouse, and one of the freight companies had tickets. And the freight company rep came to me and was like, "Oh, hey, you want to go to a playoff game?" And he's like trying to schmooze me for more business and whatnot. And I'm like, told my boss, "Hey, I'm going to playoffs. Sorry, see you later." Bye. But yeah, Taylor's got season ticket. Yeah, but and I'm sure Taylor, because I know you don't go to every game. I'm sure like a lot of season ticket holders that have tickets, they turn around and resell majority of their tickets. So,
Mhm.
but
I went to a few Yankee playoff games, of course. I've been to a WrestleMania, and that's it. As far as big major events, that's it.
for the most part, I don't care to go to most sporting events. And it's like I don't know, like I'll go to hockey games every once in a while, to Sharks games, but usually when I go because I don't care about hockey, it's because we got tickets. My wife works for the city. The city has a box. We get tickets for that sometimes or something. Baseball, I used to go, during to one of the first homestand games. I'd get a luxury box and have a bunch of friends. We'd all chip in and we'd go, but the A's are leaving now, and none of us want to give the ownership a single penny, so we haven't been doing that.
Yeah.
So, and in football, like I said, it's just too damn expensive, in my opinion. If I had free passes or could get passes for next to nothing, I might go. But look, I don't like to be around that many people all at once for the most part.
Let's be honest. The average person has not
Especially
gone to
drunk people.
any of those sporting events unless there was given to them or if they have the money for it.
Hey, you know what? When I was young, yeah, there you go. Look at that. There's Green Bay Packers Inc.
Ooh, you got to zoom that in. I got to see that.
Make me big. There you go.
Look at that. Ooh.
That's my old address. But yeah, I have a share of the Packers
There you go.
since 2011.
There you go.
Taylor, I thought Taylor might be impressed. Yes, that's what
Yeah.
I wanted. That's what I wanted to show it to.
First time Taylor actually said something positive.
Pardon?
Yeah, but no, I mean, when I was younger, that type of stuff, the idea of going and tailgating and hanging out and all that other stuff, that was all fun and dandy. But you know what? I'd rather just have a barbecue here and do stuff these days at my age. I don't want to do any of that stuff.
It's fun when you're older because you can drink at home. You don't have to go out to the bars, apparently.
I really just, I mean, that whole concept just doesn't sound appealing whatsoever. So, but I know for some people they're really into it, and that's great. Same thing goes through those same people probably that are really into most of those people who are really into those games and want to go to that stuff. Not all. There's some crossover, but I mean, they really don't understand wanting to go to a comic book convention, and I get that. There's different things everybody's interested in and willing to spend money on that don't make sense to other people.
Those jocks.
That's why we have a
We're
lot
a
of
bunch of
different things
nerds.
that we can do with our money.
Yeah, we're a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, some people don't want to go up to the winery and spend all day at the winery and come home with more wine than they really need.
Honestly, to be really honest with you, I think wine tasting sounds really boring.
Oh, so what would the wine? Yeah, I mean, look, if I was just going and just
So
doing that,
bougie, that's what it
I
is.
haven't been, so I am speaking from
right? So
no
there's different levels, right?
Okay.
So there's like there's a lot of wineries in Napa that you can just go to, and you go in there and they have wine, and you're just like taking sips of different wines, and there's no production or anything to it. Those can be rather boring, and it's more about being in your group of people and going out drinking together, essentially. Then there's others, like the one that we go to, the winery that I'm a membership at, is actually a full-blown castle. The owner owns a different winery that's a big winery that everybody knows about, but this is his small little passion project where he does Italian style wines, and he had all these stones and materials brought in from Italy and built in a traditional Italian medieval castle, and had everything, like every door hinge and every nail in the place was hand forged, done in the traditional way. And so when we go there, there's a full-blown tour of the castle that includes They have a chapel. They've got a dungeon. They have a
How old is
armory.
How old is it? The castle?
Well, the castle itself was built here in, I think it was around in the maybe late 90s, early 2000 or something. It was
Okay.
finished,
Mm.
but
When-
all the materials and stuff are old materials that were brought over, and it's even was built like in the same style where it's like different styles from different eras that where you would add on to a castle and all this other stuff.
So is
But-
there like, I mean, are there like, Archer towers and stuff? And does it look like
Full
it's a
blown.
moat? Is there a moat?
There's a moat. There's a drawbridge. There's the whole
Okay.
everything, right? So
I love that whole idea. I love that whole thing.
so
That's cool.
Epstein's castle.
so the part of the whole thing is you get to go do this whole tour, and they talk to you about how it originally was. Like there's this farmhouse in the back, which is originally what he started to build, was just this traditional Italian farmhouse, and then it just got out of control, and he built this full-blown castle and everything else. And then of course you do all the tour that we take, that goes through all the stuff, and they talk about it, and you go to the grand barrel room, and you do all the inner working stuff, not just here I'm in a room with some bar essentially, right? And then we'll go to then you end up going to the members only lounge, and it's a wine and cheese pairing. So they lay out a series of different cheeses and different wines, and they'll guide you through. It's a guided wine tasting essentially, with the pairings and letting you know what to expect, everything else, and then you can go from there and you can try different stuff after the fact. But so it's kind of like a different level than a basic. So
That's really cool. I think you should also play murder mystery while you're in the castle doing the wine tasting. So
well,
at
I
any
will
time
tell
you do that.
just pass out and die.
I will tell you that castle, because we're members there. They have several different events throughout the year there, that they host big parties for members, and some of the stuff they don't do any murder mystery stuff, but I mean they have like a big pagan ball in Halloween, and costume ball, and there's a New Year's party, there's a Havana Nights party, there's the Harvest festivals. They do wine. You can come out there and they do wine. You can do grape stomping and stuff.
Oh,
Not that don't become part of the wine that you drink, but
right.
Esteban says he did wine. His friend enjoyed it a few times. Didn't yeah. I mean, I don't.
For anyone that listening, Rob is not drunk.
Yeah.
I will repeat. Esteban said I did.
Sorry. Yeah. In my head, it was going up. No, there's no dragons. Yeah. No, it's.
What about tequila tasting? Is that a thing?
Yes, I've done that. When we took our crew, one of our cruises that went to Mexico, in Temecula, they took you. We had a tour that first took us. You had to go into the tequila region, because tequila like proper champagne only comes from the Champagne region. Tequila, there's a tequila region in Mexico that it comes from, but it did end with a tequila tasting. We had like 6 different tequilas.
What were they pairing it with?
There was no pairing. It was just.
Did you get a lime at least?
No, it wasn't needed. I mean, this was not like harsh tequila. This wasn't Jose Cuervo. This was quality sipping tequila. Right. So it was smooth, didn't need any of that stuff. And so you had the silver and the añejo and so then there was flavored ones too. So there was like a peach tequila, and there was a coffee flavored one. So no, you think it was fat? The coffee, yes. Or it was a coffee latte, or I think it was what. I have to go look. I have a bottle of it in my fridge. It was absolutely phenomenal. I actually thought that we'll serve it like a dessert. We've had times when friends come over and we'll do like some fajitas or something. But you serve like a flan for dessert and pair that with like this cafe latte tequila or something. Oh my god, it is fabulous.
Okay.
It's just beautiful.
You need to put that up on Instagram or something so we can all find it.
Well, unfortunately, it's not something. It's not something that
Endorse
you can order online here. It's only available. This particular one, anyways, one that you could only get in Mexico. So, like, we're figuring. Like,
I don't know how many of us are going to Mexico, but
but
if you are,
I'm sure there's other ones that may be imported potentially. I need to get down. We were just talking about that not long ago. But unfortunately, our next cruise is going the opposite direction, going up the northern coast, not going down the southern coast. So.
you're
Going
going
to
up
Alaska?
Alaska? Yeah.
No. This one, our next cruise is actually, it's called the Pacific Northwest. It goes out of San Francisco and it goes to Oregon, to Astoria, Seattle, and then Vancouver, and then comes back. So it runs up the Pacific Northwest. It doesn't actually go to Alaska. We've done the Alaska cruise a couple times. Absolutely love it. It's fabulous. But this is one of the few remaining cruises on Princess that's based out of San Francisco that we haven't done yet. They only do it there's only like one trip per year that they do this cruise, or twice, maybe it's twice a year, whatever it is. It's pretty rare that they run it. So it's like we have to catch it just right.
I was going to go on an Alaska cruise with my family, and we were really excited to go. And then, COVID happened. So didn't get on the cruise ship.
We went years ago, and then we just went recently for our 25th wedding anniversary. We went that year. That year it was my 25th anniversary. It was my brother's 20th anniversary and my parents' 50th anniversary, and my dad turned 75, all in that same year. And so, and my youngest was graduating high school, so we went all as a family, all of us together, and went to Alaska. It was absolutely fabulous. So, Roscoe, yeah, absolutely. Alaska is by far my favorite of all the cruises. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the idea of the cruise with everybody in bikinis on the decks and stuff of the cruise ship. In Alaska, that doesn't happen. But Alaska is just
layers of clothing on that.
Alaska is so beautiful. It's just
let's go to sunny Alaska.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're going there in the summer, but it's still cool.
It's Alaska.
So. But it's absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous.
Did you see any whales or anything?
Oh yeah, you see whales and seals and stuff along. And you're just on the cruise ship. While you're just out in the ocean, you can do whale spotting while you're there and stuff. But and then of course, when you're on land at some of the tour stuff, bald eagles, grizzly bears, it was all kinds of stuff.
See a polar bear?
No polar bears.
That would be cool to see.
You'd have to go much further north, because the cruise ships are only in the very southernest part of Alaska.
Okay.
So we don't. Matter of fact, most of them don't even get that far out. Most of the cruises just have the ports like around Juneau and stuff. They kind of go up a little bit inward, but they don't go all the way out. There are a couple that will go all the way out to Anchorage and stuff, but not many. But they're and they do have some where like you can actually do what's called a cruise tour, like a Princess does, where like they go out to like Anchorage. But then somewhere along the line you get off, and then you get on a train, and they take you up to Denali, and then you stay for several days at the lodge outside of Denali and do stuff around the around Denali National Park before you then come back down by train and catch the ship again and head back home.
An odyssey.
Yeah, I mean, if you got the money, it can be and the time. Because those become like 20-day adventures or something, and you're like, sure, if I can take that much time off of work, and those are things. There's a reason why the average when you go, at least on some of those cruises, why the average cruise passenger is older than You.
Got a little money.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
my,
not just the money, but also it's that much free time.
my cousin, after he graduated from college, he saved up money and he wanted to travel the world for a year,
Hmm.
right? And he blogged all of his experiences. He went to like Cambodia, Vietnam, and like all the places. And he budgeted himself like $50 a day every day, and that's how much he could spend. Yeah, that's right. I saw those eyes, Rob.
But it's
But,
$50
Granted,
American,
things are
right?
cheaper there, but
yeah,
$50
a lot of
American.
Rob
people
has
would
a standard of
lie
living.
and stuff, like because he was an American. A lot of people would be like, they'd let him sit there and wait between countries because they're just waiting for him to like fork over some money,
Right.
And then when they realized he wasn't going to do that, they like let him go in. But I'm always so impressed with him because he got to travel the world and like have all these worldly experiences and like get so much more, open-minded. And my brother went to visit him and they were like shooting, machine guns in Cambodia and like throwing grenades. You could throw grenades.
My dad did that too, but that was the Vietnam War.
And then my brother and my cousin were going to eat the heart of a living snake. Now,
You got snakes
before you say anything,
where
my
you're at.
brother at the 11th hour said, snake lives, we're out of here.
Fair enough.
That's the kind of stuff they're doing over there. It's like, what's going on over there? Like Cambodia.
How big was the snake for you to eat the heart?
I don't know. I didn't see a picture.
It doesn't have to be that big. I mean, have you ever had like a chicken heart, Izzy?
Don't want to.
Oh, all
I'll just eat the chicken, not the heart.
What
right.
Rob is asking is,
That's
have
how
you
you
ever
know
had
you
a hot
really love
dog?
somebody, according to,
Have you ever eaten a hot dog? Is what Rob just asked you.
No, I mean, like, I don't know. I guess I grew up. We ate the giblets from the chicken. He cooked them and ate them. So heart, liver, gizzard.
No, we ate whatever KFC gave us. So,
Well, yeah, I know. I know my wife has it mapped out for when she retires. The cruise she wants to take is actually what we call it. It's a back-to-back cruise. We can take a cruise out of San Francisco that would leave and goes around the Pacific, through the South Pacific, and it ends in Sydney, and then you can stay on the ship because that's a repositioning cruise. It takes you to Sydney, and then you can stay on the ship. And the next cruise then is the Australia New Zealand cruise, and so all total, it's like 35 days.
a lot of days.
Yeah, that's what she wants to do, and I don't blame her. I'm kind of interested in doing it too, but that's like when we're retired.
That's a full month.
Yeah, but
we like each other, Rob.
We do. But the nice thing is, by the time we get to that stage, we'll have the status that you get free laundry and stuff on board the ship and stuff, so you don't have to do it yourself. And
I wouldn't think you'd take 30 days of clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You know,
here's my 10 suitcases.
You just bring one supplier, and everything says henchman. It's like, you wearing that again?
Where we? Oh, we went down to. We did that sort of like we went down to Palm Desert for Christmas. Like I was packing myself. It's like, all right, yeah, like 2 henchman shirts, like a couple comic screen cancer shirts and stuff. It's like now I can bring the new Goon shirt.
What's the Goon shirt?
This is it's like Batman 66. There was the henchman shirts, and they also had goons. On Batman 66, it was the Grand Order of Occidental Nighthawks. But for the Goon Squad here, and it says it on the back, but it's the Grand Order of Obsessed Nerds.
Nice.
I love the goons from Batman 66. They were always awesome because they always had this shirt with Goon 1, Goon 2. So they were like things. It was awesome.
You mentioned going through Sydney. Have any of you guys been to Australia before?
No.
Yeah.
It's on the list.
I mean,
I'm not even sure if it's real.
Interestingly enough,
it's a make
we know that this June
You talk to people like
Lee from Whack Comics is making his way over to the U.S. in the month of
Yeah.
June. He's going to
Really?
be at,
Heroes.
yeah, he's going to be at Heroes Con.
Where's he gonna be? Is he gonna be in East Coast or West Coast, or is he just
My
coming?
guess is he's probably
Yeah.
staying with Tyler or something.
Yeah,
And-
it should be fun
Yeah.
this year.
I'm sure he may be touring. I don't know. I don't know what. I have no idea what his plans are, other than he said the month he's going to be there for the month of June, and that he'll be at Heroes Con.
Yeah, I've been thinking about Heroes Con. Is it a good con to go to? Is it too crowded or what?
It's fabulous.
Heroes Con's
Absolutely
great.
fabulous. It's not super crowded. It was very spacious, and it's 80% of the floor space is comic book related, and of that 80% is probably 50-50 between comic book vendors and comic book creators.
Okay.
Maybe 60-40. 60% comic books, 40% that, and then there's like a little small spot with a few smattering of toys and stuff, but it's really very heavy comic book.
Cool. Yeah, and that's in June, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Heroes Con.
Thursday weekend.
Mid-June. Yep. That's where we're headed. I know I'll be there. Mark's will be there. Izzy's gonna be there. DJ Links will be there. Whole slew of folks gonna be there.
Brian LCS
Comic
is
Fest's
going
gonna
to be
be there too.
It is is rapidly becoming the de facto one. Mark says, "Hey, I told you, you dumbasses. Now when the hell you all just moving to Georgia like I told you, you stupid
Well, I don't
sons
know
of
if it
bitches."
took me a little while to convince everybody. Like, I think they believed me. It was just, like you had a preset thing already going on that first year. You were on an Alaskan cruise, ironically. That was already in the works before I started.
that wedding anniversary was happening that year, no matter what I did.
No
Yeah,
matter what, that was happening. But
You know what I'm saying?
everyone's like, we'll go next year. What's the worst that can happen? And they all have their time in their life, like I've been telling people. If you want, everyone goes to all these conventions. Like, it was fun, but I'm like, well, why don't you just go to Heroes? If that's your butt, why don't you just go to Heroes where that's not a thing, and you can just have the time of your life? And they did, and we did, and it was amazing.
yeah.
And me and Pops go. It's our Father's Day thing. I got kids and everything, but they're not fathers. I am.
I got kids and everything, but fuck them. I got priority.
They're not fathers. And my wife said that's definitely what I heard. So me and my pops, we go to Heroes for Father's Day weekend.
I'll say the only negative thing I can say about Heroes is that the local
go with your
airport
mom?
is Charlotte.
Sure.
And Charlotte is one of the most expensive airports to fly into because of the way that they've got stuff set up with the airlines. But aside from that, it's phenomenal.
Okay, well, you're convincing me.
There you go.
I don't know. Last year we had a whole slew of people that we're all connected to, that we're all there, and I think everybody's coming back again, and plus more. So.
Yeah, I'm the plus more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Here's a well that was
Oh,
the Pocan's experience was a outside of Heroes Con thing that was
Isn't everyone gonna get a Rob mustache, a goatee, and wear that?
yes, that's it. It's a requirement actually to go
Everyone's-
attend Heroes Con. You must have a fancy mustache.
And then
I told you guys this the other day. That's not going to happen here.
We call it the gray area.
Yeah, that's not going to happen here. You ain't going to get a mustache and beard from me. I can't grow one.
I see how the comic book creators get together and like learn a dance and do a little flash mob dance at the comic book convention.
Imagine that.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Well, it's just you don't even have to take it that far, Esteban, because you don't have to go farther than I was right about it being like the top con to go to for comic books.
The
Heroes
selection,
is scary after hearing Pocan's experience.
Yeah, you're not going to get.
Just don't con the way he does, and you shouldn't have that experience.
Yeah, I said there's a handful of decent books there.
Yeah.
Well, they don't. Do they? Question: do they do exclusives on Heroes? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It's not that kind of con.
No, I know. I figured it's not that kind of con, but they don't do
Nice.
exclusive.
That kind of.
I mean, look,
I
you
think
had
that, last year, Bombardier Comics, which isn't even a store anymore, they did an exclusive to take with them there, and they had a tiny little booth. I mean, you can, but people don't tend to do it often.
But not
because
in the
it's not
same.
like-
But not like a big time collectibles or KRS. Those guys don't really go because HeroesCon's more like your traditional.
well, it's like
old
Unknown was there,
school-
but Unknown
yeah,
didn't bring
Unknown
an
is there every year.
they didn't bring an exclusive. They just brought a couple artists that were there at the booth and had
They had
their stuff.
Nico there.
Yeah, Miko
Yeah.
and who else was it? David Nakayama, right?
Mhm.
Oh, David Nakayama. Oh, I love him.
But there were there's so many artists that are there. I mean, it's
Yeah, there's so many that promoting this stuff.
there was overwhelmingly, there wasn't a large. It wasn't like one of the giant pop culture things where those big online stores show up. This is which is funny because these ones are ones where they could really make some money because the cost of having a booth is so much lower than one of those giant mega con type things. But
that's what they do. They end up spending. What they end up doing is that they don't go on the other cons so they can have that kind of money to make it on these big shows.
yeah,
Because
but
New
if
York
you
Comic-Con takes
go to some
time
of these cons that cost less money, you could actually make more money.
Depends. I think it depends. It depends on what,
No, it doesn't
what's
depend.
the requirement.
If your cost is less, and you're especially if you're a place where there's like it's comic book focused, so the product you sell is the focus of what's there. The chances of you making
ran them off now.
greater profit.
I'm right here.
Wait a minute. Are you sculpting?
I was told to sculpt, right?
She's sculpting, and Izzy's not in his car anymore.
I'm home, baby.
This is my commission here for and the first EOD one.
Let's
So
see
she's
here.
a military bomb expert.
See if I can flip the camera for a second for you guys. There you go. Some fun stuff to show you guys.
Now, is that person in the position after just getting kicked in the crotch, or what is that person doing in that sculpt there?
This person, I'll show you. Okay.
Ow, my junk.
She's actually wiring up fuse.
Ooh,
Say that
zoom in.
again.
She's actually wiring up fuse. I use a plate to model for myself, but she's actually taking fuse wire and hand wiring it. She's doing something cool. So anyway, that's going to be for the EOD Warrior Foundation, and they're going to present her with one of the sculptures, and they're going to have one for the schoolhouse too.
That's pretty cool.
To honor her. Yeah, her name was Linda. Her name is Linda Cox, I should say.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this is what I got. There's a couple of little stuff I have there. So look what I just picked up. Yeah.
Is that the crow? Nice.
Yeah, I just picked that up. That's
Stephanie, when you look at the sculpture in front of you and how much time, effort, and skill goes into doing it, does it make you just sick to your stomach when you see shit like Funko Pops and know that it's such a big
No, I don't. I love doing
this
this.
fucking trash that people
style,
buy.
Like the Funko Pop stuff is probably right up somebody's alley, up somebody's creative alley. You know what I mean? It's just not my. Not my avenue of passion. There, I really love figurative stuff.
You got this artistic sculpture, then you have Hello Kitty.
In fact, I remember being.
What the fuck? Society's so upside down.
I remember being on. I see that in World Big Shag.
right there. There's a Motor Big Shag. Right there.
Yeah, I see all this stuff. Yeah, now I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn it. Okay. Yeah. So it takes me a while. Like this took me this took me 2 days so far of working on it.
That's a cool Adam Warlock back there.
This one.
Mm-hmm. You don't see too much or as much swag of him.
Yeah, so I got you name it, I got most of it. So I got that one. I got the original Funko. I got the toy from the Silver Surfer line.
I've got the Marvel Legend when they did like the 4-inch figures in the 2-packs with the comics. I've got the Thanos Adam Warlock 2-pack.
Oh, that's awesome. I got these mini mates. Let me see if I can pull them out.
Yeah, they're Lego people.
So yeah, they were kind of like Legos before the day, but this is an Infinity Gauntlet one that I got a while back, a long time ago. So there's Adam Warlock, there's Mephisto. You got Drax, the original look.
Those were always pretty fun because they had like all kinds of licensing that
Yeah.
you didn't ever see Lego get a hold of for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was that. I got the tumbler back there, tumbler cup right here. Then we got the Jubilee line. So
Was Jubilee dabbing in the background?
Yeah. So we got Jubilee. There's a little phoenix there.
That looks like Jubilee from Temu.
Yeah, probably. Right? No, but it's I don't know. I forgot who did it. But you got that. You got the Scotty Young Vision. You got a Lobo that my daughter made. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So did that, and of course you got Groot, and inside right on top of Groot is like one of those little, I don't even know what you call those things, but that's like
Caterpillar?
it's Iron Man. I forgot what they call those things though. You got that. You got a little Lego Jean Grey, and then some more stuff here. And then down here, you got Spider-Man. Nah, that's pretty cool. Some more stuff. I got a Spider-Ham there. There's my ring collection. I got a coin as well. Got a Two-Face coin.
I forgot what that came in. I got that coin.
Yeah. Punisher. And then if we go to the bottom, there's some more stuff down there. Yeah. Fun stuff. Little rocket there.
DC is criminally underrepresented on that shelf.
Sorry? Well,
You need
Flash.
more DC.
Flash.
Oh, there we go. That balance the whole
Flash.
thing.
You got Flash. You got a Batman postcard that I was given. Right? I showed you Lobo. There's your Lobo. What else? What else is DC related? Sorry, man. I grew up a Marvel kid.
Guess that's why you can't change a tire.
Sure. I gotta flip the camera one more time.
Yeah, that is something that they missed the mark on. We'll never get to see Adam Warlock and Thanos share screen time together.
Yeah, that was so. Ugh. They're meant to be together. That's their thing. So.
Soon.
Someday. Let's see. Do I have any more DC stuff here? Okay, you want your DC stuff? I got your DC stuff. Let's see here.
TM said that's no excuse, Izzy. People grow up and mature into DC fans.
That's nice. I'm happy for you. There's some DC love.
There we go.
You want some more DC love?
That was a huge glare. What was the slab down below?
That's the slab that I got from Simon.
Oh, that's nice. Is that metal or just foil?
Yeah. It's a foil. Actually, it's a metal. No, it's metal.
Nice. That Batman statue was very cool. It looked like Jim
wait
Lee.
to look at the top. This is what I got, Batman.
Yeah, it looked like some Jim Lee style.
So we got that. I got this book is awesome. This is the animated series book with posters. That's pretty cool. You got a Batmobile. You got a little Batman doll. You got a little Batcopter there with a Joker. And then we got some more. There's some more Batman. See, I got my DC part.
So you got your Batman there. Madam's doing bomb disposal. So like sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Can't get rid of a bomb.
I got this frame. I think it's like the Hobby Lobby. Everything's impossible until somebody does it. Batman. So we got that. Then of course you got a little Spider-Man goodness there. All right, and this one says, of course, with great powers come great responsibility. Then you got.
You should have a picture of Uncle Ben, not Spider-Man.
That's what it was. You know, I'm still saying. So there you go. You got the Machine Man. That's from Earthx. There's Warlock again. Nice little other stuff there. There's a wedding photo. Yeah, all that. I got my wedding photo right in there, in between. Then one of my favorite movies.
Go back to the wedding photo.
Wedding photo's right here.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Then we got Out of Time. You got a DeLorean. You got Optimus who fell on the floor.
Little Echo one there.
Yeah. Echo 1, the Bumblebee. Then we got the books. Some books that go there. I got good representation of stuff.
Is this the room that you film in typically, or just like one of your kids' bedrooms?
This is the wall I film in. I only have a wall. So, what's up, Roscoe? And then you got some books.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, madam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How are you feeling today?
So that's that. Oh yeah, and this is the cool thing. This person that does blueprints, and it did a blueprint of the DeLorean, which I think was really cool. And then I got an Echo 1 blueprint.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so those are cool.
Have you did you see that Transformers and Ghostbusters had a crossover?
Oh yeah, I remember that crossover. How long ago was it? Is it or
not? Yeah, it was only a couple years ago.
Right?
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. But they have there's a 1 in 10, I think, or it's a retailer incentive cover, and it's a blueprint of the Ghostbuster, but it's a Transformer. So there's like a blueprint of like showing it, the car, and it being a Transformer. It's really dope. I actually have that cover.
Sweet. Who's typing so hard?
Such
I'm
typing.
as far as my mechanical keyboard.
I'm like, man, this is heavy typing.
Sometimes
it sounds like a typewriter, Rob.
Yeah, wait till you hear the ting. I really reach up and slide the carriage across. Get that! Hey, stop the press. We got a new. We got to get this out on the press right away.
Yeah. You see. Great Scott!
Extra, read all about it.
Did you hear the news?
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Man in New York can't find a rat.
Cigars.
Extra. Man in New York can't find a rat, but calls himself the king of rats.
Read all about it.
Shine your shoes, governor.
Yeah.
Shine your shoes, mister. Will you read your paper?
Roscoe, how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay today, brother.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had a bunch of doctor's appointments yesterday, so that takes everything out of me, you know.
Bro, you know what's really cool to think about is you had a bunch of doctor's appointments yesterday. It takes everything out of you, and you're not doing bad today.
Yes, that's the way to think of it.
Well, I got some good news. Like, you know, blood work came back good. The new meds that I'm on apparently are working. You know, so just I got to wait a couple more months because I just started them. So he said so far so good. You know, kidney, liver, all the things that it could affect. Everything was great. And since Heroes Con, I'm down 63 pounds.
Oh,
son of a bitch!
Wow,
So you literally just said I'm doing okay, then drop like nothing but like blessings on us. All right, I was about to say I can't deal with two of you.
Oh my gosh, that scared me. I was like,
You're the most, and I love you for it.
Roscoe is caught in an Izzy sandwich. Yeah. Didn't want to be the meat in that sandwich, did you?
Yeah, right. Wonder if he can even hear us.
Congratulations, Roscoe. I've been sitting there avoiding. I've been like, my doctor's pestering me to go get my blood work, and I'm all, yeah, I don't want to go right now. I already know what you're going to tell me. I don't want to hear it.
I hate giving
Called
blood.
avoidance.
Yeah, if I don't know, it won't hurt me, right?
That's right. Wow.
And then he drops dead silently.
It's just one time, just one day, you're just gonna drop dead.
If
That's right.
only he had gone to the doctor.
Yeah. But yeah, I have to do it every like 3 months. So
Yeah, I get it.
yeah. But like I said, everything's going good.
Did you make anything cool lately, Roscoe?
Yeah, 63 pounds. That's a fucking.
Did you make anything cool lately?
Well, between the lines on Monday, we had dad bods. I don't know if you saw that, but I did a Wolverine piece.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And he's drinking a Truly.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the hair.
You know, broken heart. Got the Scott Summers claws going right through the famous picture.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. So, and I called it Powers of X, like X girl, you know. But yeah, so I just worked on that. Yeah, and then some commission stuff that I'm getting through right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, a lot
It's
of
nice
stuff
to
in the
have
works.
work.
A lot of stuff in the works. Yeah.
Good. What's that truly? I was gonna ask you something and I forgot again. I can't remember anything. Oh, Scotty's saying something about solid gold, right? Do you guys remember solid gold, Rob?
Yeah. Yes. Thanks.
Did you just timestamp Rob?
Yes.
oh, elder of us.
Yeah, the puppet
Tell
madam.
us how it was back in the day.
Yeah. Madam would go on. The puppet madam would make appearances on Hollywood Squares too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember the puppet he's talking about though.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, wise one, please tell us what it was like back in your times.
Back in the times before.
Times of old.
Tell us about newspapers.
And rotary telephones and black and white TVs and having to adjust your antenna to get
Having
the
to
radio
roll
to
your
get the
window down
TV
your
station.
car like
Yeah,
this.
when this meant something. Oh, hey, roll down your window. People push a button. What the? With that, every car had a manual transmission. The headlight.
Oh my gosh!
The high beams button on the floor.
Every car was a horse and buggy.
Not quite.
Rob wasn't raised with the Amish.
You had to watch a TV program when it was on. That was it. If you didn't see it when it was on, you were out of luck.
Yes, and you had 5 channels to pick from, and you were the remote for your parents.
That's right.
Yep,
That's why you could. Yeah, I mean, look, adults had kids for a couple reasons. One, cheap labor to work the farm. 2,
Absolutely.
change the TV channel.
That's right.
And
provide beverages for them too.
3, to take care of them when they get older. Yeah, well, yeah, obviously, yeah, the put TV on channel 3 either to play video games or when VCRs finally came out to play your VCR. Yeah, you put your TV on channel 3 because TVs didn't have AV inputs back then. It was all RF.
That's more like it.
You had your TV game switch on the back for that Atari. And our joysticks only had one button, and that's all we needed to play a goddamn video game was one fucking button.
Because all you had was Pong.
I had a video game. I wasn't even allowed to have video games.
Some games like Pong and Pac-Man and stuff didn't even use a button. So one button was one button too many. Boop. I tell you, nothing drives me crazier. Like the other day, I was sitting there. I'm using the game emulator that's plugged into my TV, and I was trying to play Pitfall. And I'm telling you, It's awful with these wireless remote controls, the latency when you're trying to jump on an alligator's eyeball, and so you don't get swallowed. It's the latency on those wireless remote controls is brutal, and you go like, man, I miss my wired controller. So I go to the garage, pull the Atari 2600 out, put it in the old TV, and go back to old school.
Now I'm suspect that you said that, Rob. Now I'm suspect. How much stuff do you have in your garage?
A lot.
Do you
Fair
collect
amount.
a lot of stuff?
I don't collect a lot of stuff. I just happen to have an Atari 20. Is it in the garage still, or is it in the
Do
shed?
you have a storage unit full of stuff?
Do I have a storage
He has a
unit? I
shed
do.
and a garage.
Do you?
So I have a shed and a garage, and I do have a small store. Right now I have a 5x5 storage locker too.
And I bet you have an attic.
Another house.
Rob, this
No,
is an
I don't have an
intervention
attic.
for you.
And we don't have basements. So you got to understand, we don't have basements either.
I don't have basements over here.
Yeah.
I understand what you mean by that. Yeah.
I don't have a shed. I don't have a garage. I don't have a basement or an attic.
But
I have a closet.
So-
I have a closet.
You have comic book box furniture.
I have
So
a
my
closet. That's what I got.
so my garage is like half of the garage is like workshop and laundry facilities and stuff, and then the other half is like my comic book stuff. And but there's a box. Where? Oh, the box is on the Atari 2600. I think is on the workshop bench right now. But anyways, there's not a lot of crazy stuff out there. I mean, most of it's comics and workshop stuff nowadays. But and the storage locker is mostly like it's got stuff that I don't use very often. It's my cooking. Like we've not had barbecue competitions for a while, so it's mostly stuff I only use at my big giant party and stuff. So it's like, I keep a couple folding tables here, but I have 10 folding tables and folding chairs to seat like 60 people, and all that type of stuff is there, and like the extra kitchen table, my chafing dishes, my 7 ice chests, and I got like 4 of those big 5-gallon water jugs, and
Your what dishes? Your chafing dishes?
chafing dishes, yeah.
Yeah, his dishes. You didn't hear his dishes shake.
When you go to a catered event and there's
Uh-huh.
food in there and the things, and they keep the food warm.
Mhm.
Those are chafing dishes.
I'm just surprised you have some.
I
I
have
think
multiples.
Mark fell asleep.
Multiple.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Check.
you guys, when I do this giant barbecue where you're serving like multiple sets of meat, you got to keep the food warm at the right proper temperature. You don't want to get people get sick.
Yeah, well, that's a good way to, clear out the party.
And have people never come back.
Everyone starts getting ill. And
It's like I wouldn't. Those are things that like if you were doing it one time, I wouldn't spend the money on it. Although they make disposable ones too, and that was originally what I used. But when you do it like year after year and stuff, some of these things it's just cost effective to buy them. Because chafing dishes, I can go to a Smart and Final, and you can get them, and they're like $25. You use them a couple times, and they're paid for themselves.
Okay. What's your favorite thing to make? What's everyone's favorite dish to make? And
Pork chop.
Travis?
To make or to eat?
I mean, it's got to be the thing that tastes the best that you make. What's your favorite thing to make?
That I make? I don't make shit. So like Pop-Tarts.
Wow.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Like, what?
Wow.
Chuletas.
I'm so sorry. You need
I-
a
I-
I have one. I have a good one. I have a fantastic wife. That I don't pretend.
Did
I'm
she
good
put
at
the
cooking.
Pop-Tarts in for you at least?
No. I cook Pop-Tarts myself.
Chuletas. I'm gonna say chuletas.
It's a 2-car garage there.
No, I can grill stuff and
What about you, Adam? You have a favorite dish you make?
Well, I mean, I'm on the same board with grilling. I mean, basically, grill is that's it right there for me. Steak.
yeah, I just try not to talk about it because I don't want Rob to feel challenged.
Yeah, Rob's way better. I'm just but
No,
I mean,
Rob
that's,
is, we
Maybe what's your
assume
favorite
Rob's better than us. For all we know, he actually sucks at grilling.
Mm-hmm. Izzy, what's your favorite?
He's-
Yeah,
He's
if
gonna
any of
lose
us
the
actually
award.
tasted his food,
Well,
we
my
we would
favorite
see him
will have
cooking
to
it.
be
Triggered that
Atlanta.
man. I just legit. That's what triggered really looks like. He went, "Ugh, "Where's an award at? I need an award."
Wait, I need this screenshot. Oh man,
Yeah,
did he just bring out a kid's trophy?
this motherfucker went to go get a trophy.
That's a kid's trophy.
Some random trophy from some random room.
This is Silicon Valley barbecue
From the-
competition.
He bought it himself, but it's
Is
Yeah,
that a
I was just gonna
participation
say that.
trophy?
No, it's third place best tri-tip.
But I agree with Leeson. He bought it himself, got it mailed to himself, and it came in the mail.
why would he put third?
Rob, I can respect that. I can respect that.
It says
Everyone else has to-
and it's scratched off, and then he had written.
Oh man.
Slouching couch with sea bizzles, chicken parmesan and Alfredo noodles, and caramel apple cheesecake.
Oh, that sounds
Dang.
delicious.
That sounds
great, man. Is it lunchtime
In all
yet?
seriousness, Rob, we have to figure out, and we'll get there, but what we're gonna do for the big meetup night this year. You know, like it won't be what we did last year at Heroes Con.
Oh, we're not watching Flash again?
No, we went to World of Beer for the past few years. Always have gone to World of Beer, and I believe it's closed down now, if I'm not mistaken. That whole area.
We should go wine tasting.
I don't drink, and that's not very fulfilling.
I don't drink either.
What's wrong with you, Izzy?
What's wrong? That I don't drink, or I want to go?
Eating grapes.
I'm the guy that's in the bar, and I go to the bar and say, "Hey, can I get a Pepsi or Coke?" And I swear that's what I do.
It better be a
Not-
freaking Coke.
It's not a necessity to drink, you know.
I don't drink.
It's not.
I can't even tell you the last time I had a drink.
It's not a prerequisite for life. That's for sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
Scotty says
I
he
was gonna
experiments
drive.
a lot with deep fried sushi,
Ramen and bacon.
ramen and bacon. I
Didn't
guess
know that was a
bacon with
thing.
anything is good.
Bacon is great. Love me some bacon.
Crispy bacon though. Aww. Is this someone's third place participation picture?
What's that?
Yeah. We believe you, Rob. We believe you.
I don't believe him.
He needs
actually
validation. It's okay.
all right,
I-
Rob. Can you show a picture of like the banner you have for your annual "Come Barbecue at My House" event? Because I feel like you made that banner in that photo too. And can you confirm that wasn't
I use the same same nearly famous barbecue banners. Yeah.
Oh man.
Man, I love how serious Rob takes his meats.
I love when he's just swung back after you said that. He's like, "Where is it?"
Rob got zesty, didn't he?
He's like, "Where's my damn trophy?"
It's like, I know exactly where it is.
Well, I knew what I thought it was, but
He has an AF-15, and then he has his trophy, and the AF-15 is in the way of the trophy. He's like, "Stupid comic, give me that."
Yeah, exactly. Have you thought about having it slabbed?
That's the best line of the day. What kind of grade is it, though? Grade A slab. Oh my goodness, it's too funny.
Rob, you're not laughing. I feel like this is bad.
y'all can.
We love you.
It's all right. It's
We still love you.
just because I cook better than all y'all. It's all right.
I thought you grilled.
I grill. I smoke. I cook in the kitchen.
You smoke?
Rob just sits there with a bomb.
What are the
in front of
barbecue
him.
barbecue competitions we do is meat is smoking. It's not
Yeah.
it's not a grilling competition.
Or are you making chili? Are you doing chili recipe Because that's
I
it.
don't.
Everyone
I
needs
don't.
a tip for chili competitions now. I guess it's supposed to be like the best meat for chili.
I don't do chili. Although I've contemplated doing one. I wanted to experiment with doing a chili using beef brisket and doing like a barbecue pit style chili, but I haven't actually started playing around with it yet.
Okay. Cool.
We just need to have our Heroes Con get together, be Rob cooking for us.
That'd be cool.
Hey, that'd be neat.
I'm down.
I'll go with Rob's cooking.
I'll put some money down for the meat.
Rob's like, oh yeah, now you want me to cook for you, you jerks. No.
Sledge, to answer your question, the one advantage of so California barbecue, there's a lot of people who obviously think that barbecue out here that think it's grilling is barbecue, but then there's also true barbecue people like myself that understand the difference. And our barbecue that we have in California is not bound by a regional style. So while you may go to Texas and you're going to have a specific style, or Kansas City has a style, whatever, we tend to mix and match from different regions to create a style that way. So I think that a smoked brisket is still a smoked brisket no matter where you're at, as long as you cook it properly.
And all I want is to eat it.
That's right.
That's all I care for. Is it
There you
edible?
go. I will tell you that one of the things that we do sometimes, we will do some weird stuff like
ramen bacon.
No. But like, so we'll do some kind of fusion stuff too. Like, so we've done like barbecue tacos. So you're taking the tortillas and you're putting like pulled pork, and you put that in there with your slaw and your sauce and stuff on there. So you would know instead of having that maybe your pulled pork sandwich on bread, instead we're putting it in a tortilla. That's
I love how you say tortilla.
tortilla.
Yes.
Tortilla.
That's my California
Tortilla.
showing. That's where my California shows is when I say tortilla.
How does Izzy say tortilla? That's what I
Tortilla.
Yeah.
You say it like that.
Tortilla.
Tortilla.
That's Spanish. That's how you
Para
say it in
información
Spanish.
en español marca 1. Después en inglés marca 2.
I have to go, you guys. But everyone.
Yep, so do I. It's time for my meeting in Romania. Mark, you have the con, sir.
Yeah, I'll try to manage my
Roscoe,
time.
congrats again on the
Typically
fucking
means
weight
I'll just
loss,
end
you
it.
son of a bitch.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Even
Bye,
though
guys.
that's-
Even though that means there's less of you, that means that you'll be around longer for us to love.
Hey,
Wow.
have a great day,
All right,
brother.
take it easy.
Bye, Rob.
Bye, Rob.
Somebody's like, I'm out too. See you.
Tortilla.
All right, Tim. What you got? Any questions on the setup there, TM, or just trying to figure it out?
Is TM trying to figure out something?
Yeah, me and TM have been talking in the DMs. You know, he's getting used to the all the new layouts and features with the channel under the monetization stuff. How it opens up so
Yes.
much more stuff. Like, yeah, your YouTube studio, or like going to your YouTube page into the settings, basically looks one way, and then when you get monetized, it looks drastically different.
Yeah, it does.
There's just so many more features and stuff.
Mm-hmm. You heard about the new feature about giving memberships, like membership gifts?
That's been a
that
while.
is a feature.
That's been around forever.
Well, they started something different with it. I just got that. Like, I think they might have upped the amount of gift memberships.
You
I
can
got
give
that.
as many as you want. You can give them in packages of.
Then I got the message later.
10, 20.
I got the message this week. That's what I'm trying to say.
Maybe it's just one of those generic blasts where they're just telling you about things.
Possibly.
They sent out a membership email yesterday or the day before, just saying things you could be doing with your membership, which is kind of just a generic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one thing I would like to do with the
feature.
membership, not the membership, is I want to be, and I could do this now, where you could post to members only and then schedule it, right? That you could do.
Yeah, that's been like that for a while now too.
Yeah, but what I don't like is that it doesn't do it as a premiere. So it just turns into another, just another video.
That's kind of
instead a premiere.
nitpicking though, ain't it?
Well, you know what it is with the premiere? People get the notification that it's premiering, so that they jump on board, and there's a
But
live
it,
chat
but
that goes along with it.
but if it's only members stream, the members get notified that it's coming on.
Yeah, the members will get notified, and that's great for them. That's awesome, and that's what you want.
Oh, you
I
want an
just
early access one?
He wants to set it
no
for members only, and then when it releases, instead of going public, he wants it to go public as a
from-
premiere.
as a
Okay.
premiere, so what you
Just
could do a live
just
chat.
so that he gets twice as many notifications sent out. Yeah, that's nitpicking.
Well, people like
It's
the
on,
live
it's on
chats.
you to make engaging content that your viewers will be watching for enough to get
Mhm.
notifications. To be fair, though, the notification system is a little tough.
Yeah.
There we go. See, I just gifted 10 memberships to the chat. Let's see who's going to end up getting them.
Take your memberships. There's 10 memberships. Everybody, come on, pick up your memberships.
Get your
Time to pick
memberships
'em up.
here.
It's here. It's good for 1 month, man, and then you could get another
And,
membership. Come on.
and that's the funny thing too, because like I remember Miss So ended up gifting 20 members. It didn't show up because she did it right at the end, but I could see who they were in my
Yeah.
in my thing. And nobody else could see who they are. Actually, half the members don't even realize who they are yet.
Yeah, it's funny because if there's people watching, people watch that don't comment, they just kind of hang out and listen, and then it'll like start bringing up the the names in the comments and stuff.
Yeah.
You see who's in there.
Yeah,
think they already know.
that night I found out a lot of people that were watching that I did not know that were in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, boom. And
Yeah,
that only so that'll give people access to for the next I don't know how long I think it's for 30 days.
Mhm.
That'll
Yeah,
give
I
those
think
people
it'll
access
end
to
on February
early
26th.
content, and they'll give them the custom emojis. Now when you type in the chat bar, there should be a little icon next to it where you can hit it and get access.
Yeah, so like right
the
now you
channel-
can see a few guys like Scotty,
the
Ben.
channel
Alright.
emojis.
You can see
Yes.
the little emoji next to their name.
Well, no,
Scott,
that's the miles. That's the member badges. Those aren't the emojis.
Scotty,
Those are the loyalty badges you're talking about, Izzy. The
Mhm.
emojis are in the chat bar for them to access.
to Scotty's thing, thanks for the membership. That wasn't me. That was Miss So who gifted the members, and it's all on random. So I didn't get to pick or choose who got the membership. It was just all on random. So you got it just for being there.
Awesome.
So
Come on, gotta give 'em love.
and what
He's
you can do is drop those special emojis in the chat when you're in my live stream, and then show everybody what the cool things they get, and to become a member next month after your membership runs out. 99 cents a month.
Speaking of memberships,
That reminds me, man.
don't forget that we're
Yeah.
giving away the Incredible Hulk number 180, the first appearance of Wolverine in a CGC 8.0. That's been the big channel membership thing that me and DJ Links came together like butt cheeks. We did it before with Ultimate Fallout 4, and now we're doing it again with Hulk 180. And this is we're getting close to the giveaway time, so make sure your memberships are up to date. It was a 2-month event here, so you had to be a member in the Legion tier for December and January. So don't let that membership lapse in the last minute here, because the first Friday of February, we gave away the UF4 on my channel, so we're going to give away this one on an episode of In the Mix. It'll be February 2nd. We'll draw for the winner of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. All right, TM. I am now a member of the TM Nerdy Army, whatever you want to call your team.
I've been thinking the Nerdy Bunch.
The Nerdy Bunch?
Yeah.
There
Don't
you go.
bother showing the Hulk mark. That's coming to me. You got 10 entries if you're a member in the Legion tier here, as well as a member of DJ Links' channel membership. It gives you 10 entries. If you're a member of one or the other, you get 2 entries. So
I don't know
Austin has-
about that, Austin, man. I think the rats are gonna pick up that comic.
Send
You
this
know,
rat to go
my
get it.
pops
I'm
is
gonna send the rats over.
my
I got
pops is
10
a member of my channel, so he has 2 entries.
I gotta get 10
I
rats.
hope to God he wins it. Hope to God my dad wins it.
I got loads of rats waiting to pick that up. They're just waiting.
I wonder, Biggie, are you still in the chat? I'm curious to know if you have a Hulk 180 or if you're just going after that Hulk 181.
I already have
He
it.
has, I think he has a 180. He just doesn't have the 181.
Okay.
My
Yeah.
181 is a 4.5 blue label. It's never been
Mine
cleaned or
is
pressed or anything.
somewhere. Someone owns mine.
Yeah, so it's at someone's house right now.
Yeah.
They just don't know
Yeah.
I own.
Well, the thing is, mine is in the shop.
Yeah.
Getting its tires changed.
I mean,
It's in the shop. We just left it in the shop. It's there.
TM,
Whenever.
I know you were thinking, you were checking these books out. Do you see I did a foil version of that?
Oh no, I did not. That's cool.
So I got
I'm interested in that
regular-
story because in the movie, that was probably the most interesting thing that they never really got into was that tribe or
Yeah,
those people.
Blood
Yeah.
Axe, the Blood Axe clan. So I got the regular A cover when it came out, and then when the stuff came in the shop this week, Diamond's been sending some damaged stuff. I mean, they haven't been. The trip to the shop has been rough the past couple of weeks with a lot of reported damages. I guess this had to get replaced because it just came in this week, and the foil came in. I'm like, I need it. But it's cool
I
because
need it.
like her eyes are foiled. Oh, let me turn a light on. Maybe that'll help. Her eyes are foiled.
Oh, that's so cool.
And his eyes and the little dots next to his eye.
But
It's
did
really
you get
cool.
this?
Not
This.
gonna lie, like I'm interested in her too because we didn't get a lot of her in the movie either. We got more of him than her because she was just at the beginning or just where they were before they took him.
Here's the ratio, Izzy.
Yeah, but no, but this is the preview, man. This is hard to come across, man. The preview.
I think everybody has that, right? Because doesn't everybody get Marvel previews?
Only $30. $30 on eBay. You got $30? You can get this very thick catalog.
Now, did you get it prior to paying that $30? Did you go out?
Oh
and buy
hell
it?
yeah! I got this when it came out. This came out a few months ago. Like
I might actually have that.
most people do.
Marvel preview because my shop was sending me that until they realized that I don't want Marvel previews.
Well, now you should because it's $30. I got this one too. I got this one.
what's that one? Is that one expensive now too?
This is DC Connect. You know how much this is worth? Free.
Free.
Oh, free
Yep,
99.
just free. Well, at one time this was free. In fact, it says it on it, free.
Yeah.
And now if you go to eBay, $30. That's how insane this Ultimate Spider-Man thing has become.
Unreal.
Izzy, what is the ratio going for? This is the 1 in 10 ratio.
The
I
1
know
in
that
10
the-
ratios
I know
are
that
actually
the
not
A-cover-
that. They're
I
not
know
really
that the
selling.
A cover is outperforming everything. Like
So
that
the
and
one that's outperforming is the black, the T's A. That's the one that's outperforming all of them. Everybody seems to want the black cover. So do I. But the ratios are not really outperforming. Even the 1 in 500, not a lot of people are going crazy for it. The 1 in 500 is the Scott Campbell one, but it's a version.
Yeah.
So
The
people are
Tony Daniels 1 in 25 was wicked cool. The one that I got for my reader copy and
Mhm.
my PC just to get and read was the Nick Klein one. I mean, it was freaking gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Let me see that. I'm in cover price right now. So the version for what's that?
Oh wow!
15.
Esteban said, "Oh wow, Izzy is so special."
Yeah, I'm super special. That's what my mom tells me every day.
Esteban said, "Oh wow, that Rebel Moon comic looks nice. I didn't know they had Rebel Moon comics. They didn't until this. This is the first issue, first appearance of Rebel Moon in comics, and there will be a copy in the Legion loot for February. That's where I bought this Ultimate Fallout 4 ratio to put in the Legion loot, and I got like the first appearance of the new Moon Knight ratio to put in the Legion loot. Just I've been kind of like picking stuff up along the way.
Yeah. So
I still need to read the rest of Ultimate Spider-Man.
It was okay. It wasn't
all right.
bad
So
at all. It was a good first issue.
So there it is. I got it on the screen share. So you got people are selling slabs already.
There's no slab for this yet. So
Now I'm just curious what the ratio is going for, man.
let me erase the. Let me see if I can increase the size.
You don't have to. You can just scroll down. Just find the
No,
ratio.
you guys. So you got the aerial. You got this one.
I'm
This
over
one's
here
going
on
for
my
100.
side trying to scroll down so bad right now. Like, will you just go to the ratio, bro?
This
There
one
it
you
is.
want, right?
Yeah, that
The
one.
1 in 10. 15. That's the average.
There we go.
This is the one that people are going crazy for.
Yeah, I
This
picked
is
that
the
up
one
and
I
put it
want.
down. When I went
It's the one
on,
I wanted, man. I was mad.
when I went on, well, I'm
75?
not chasing it. I wouldn't have got it and flipped them or anything like that, anyways. But
I would. Well, the thing is, I didn't pick it up because I thought he didn't have it. If I knew he had it, I would have picked it up. And now it's going for 75. It's going for 75. The Nick Klein one is going for 20. Even though
oh
you could
wow.
probably pick this up for cover price. There's a lot of people that got this for cover price, and it's still selling it for cover price.
Well, everyone got the book for cover price who bought it from the shop, right?
Mostly everyone.
But it pretty much sold out everywhere too.
Yeah. You got the Stegman's going for 31. I
like-
didn't see this one here.
Scotty, is that a Scotty?
The Scotty Young. I didn't see it. It's a web
think
store, black and white.
Yeah, it's
is
a
the-
black and white, so it probably was an exclusive. Like they probably
What is
didn't
the
get it in the
Tony
shop
Daniel?
unless people pre-ordered it.
Yeah, so let
May
me
have been
just
on his
let me
website.
see
Yeah,
what
was
the
it an
buy looks
exclusive
like.
from Scotty Young? How he did like that Batman Off-World exclusive and stuff? Was
Well,
it his
That
own?
could be it.
Yeah, I think it was
So-
off the Stupid Fresh website.
Let's see here. So we got eBay. It doesn't look like it's even been offered yet. That's a cool cover. I would have picked that up.
That is. I like that cover. Like
Yeah,
some
me too.
Scotty
Right?
stuff I don't like, but some I do. And it's
Yeah.
mostly
hmm So there is no Scotty Young out there, but that's so that's
What
nice.
was the Tony Daniels 1 in 25 going for?
The
That's
1
a
in
dope cover
25.
too.
The Tony Daniel 1 in 25. Let's see. Let's pull that
That's-
up here.
That's a cool cover. I think it was going for like 20.
Yeah, I don't think it was going for too high. Like the ratios weren't as expensive as cover A.
The last one.
25 is the right
That's
now
crazy.
where it says.
I mean, I feel like there's
Yeah.
so many variants. Like, why are, I mean, like,
That's the thing. It's a book that if you buy it now, you're overpaying it.
yeah.
I will wait. I will wait till the momentum dies out. Because it's not like it's gonna be like option for a movie or anything like that. It's Ultimate Spider-Man. It's
Yeah.
just a comic, you know. And if the story crashes, then everything else crashes along with it. You know.
Yeah. Like even with Todd McFarlane, I was surprised by this too. Todd McFarlane's issue 350 that's coming out. I thought there were going to be like a ton of covers as well. Apparently, there's only 6 and no exclusives.
There is one. There is an exclusive.
Oh, there is now.
So there's gonna be a signed one per store incentive.
Jeez.
That's going to be going
for
for.
$2,000.
Well, it's probably what the shop owners get to like pick the price.
Yeah, it's gonna end up being the same thing as like the Wolverine that came out not that long ago, and anything that's like store. So, but I don't know if it's like So I don't know who's the distributor. If it's like Diamond and Penguin. So if you do a Diamond and Penguin, you might end up getting 2 of them as a store. But it's 1 per store, and
Well,
it's gonna
what
have
is-
a sign. Some of them are gonna be signed.
What is Image under right now? Did they move from
it
Diamond?
No, it doesn't really matter about that part. It's just a
Image
matter
is
of how they.
Lunar and Diamond.
Yeah, it's how they get their books. So sometimes they get their books from both. So they might get lucky and get 2,
Wow.
and then they're gonna sell them in top dollar, man. The Comic-Con book that came out that was signed by McFarlane, I sold that for like 300.
Well, I guarantee you, some of them are going to be on eBay, and then some of them are going to be sold in the store.
Oh, they're definitely gonna be on eBay. There's no doubt about it. But the question is how much they're gonna go for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now they're gonna probably go for 3 to 4. They'll average down to 3 or 4. They'll probably start them off at 600 or something like that and check to see how it is. But you,
So, everybody's got to go out and watch Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1, and then tune in this Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for At Week's End for full discussion.
I saw it. Definitely saw it. There you go.
There you go.
At week's
This
end.
Sunday, 8:30.
Be there or be square. Or be
Where's it
somewhere.
on? Max?
No,
What?
you'd have to-
At
No,
week's end, it's on
you
YouTube.
still have to purchase it to watch it.
Oh, that week's end's no longer on HBO Max. I'm sorry.
No longer
guys.
Well, no, HBO's not. The At Week's End
Yeah.
got moved to the Max. It's called the Max now.
Put that back up. Put that back up for a second. Not that one. Even though I like that one. I like that one a lot.
Painful.
I'm not sure how I feel about this one. And it's Superman's face is that I'm not sure about.
Yeah, I like that square jaw.
It's not the square jaw.
And,
He looks like he's 60.
I think
Yeah.
he's like 83, is he? So he's looking pretty good for 83.
Well, but he's also an alien, so he probably doesn't age that much.
Don't be
You know what I'm
xenophobic.
Who said I'm It's the sun. Keeps him young.
Maybe ages. Got it. We get the finale to the three
Yeah,
issue
that looks nice.
World War II Ghost Rider arc. Man, this has been fun right here.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is reading this?
I
Not
picked up a
at all.
copy. I heard a lot of good things about that.
Issue 1 was fantastic. You know,
Now, in case you didn't know, if you have a Marvel's preview like this,
Jesus Christ.
if you turn it to the other side, you also get a preview to Avengers Twilight. So this is like a double key catalog.
Wow.
That is. There you
You're
go.
really
Why
really
not
trying
use
to
the
up the
gloves?
price in that book, aren't you?
It's now only $40.
It's only $40.
Izzy, where's your gloves at? People are definitely going to take money off now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get the gloves on this thing.
Come on, give us your best Vanna White.
Slap that
Oh.
preview.
I'm about to make like a baby and head out. I'm about to go try to lay down for a little bit. I'm still not feeling great.
Yeah, man.
The longer I do this, the longer I'm talking and listening. It's just give me the wah.
Yeah, get some rest,
Yeah.
man.
My voice
But-
has a tendency of doing that to people.
No, it ain't just your voice.
I love Roscoe's face. He's like,
But yeah, there's no in the mix tonight as a reminder. But DJ will be posting a little best of rap battle compilation kind of thing. Be sure to check that out. And stuff and things. But like TM said, Sunday night, 8:30 right here, we'll be discussing Crisis on Infinite Earths with probably one of the biggest Crisis on Infinite Earth fans that we have in the community. You know, Sector 2815, like he's a huge fan of the original material, as most people are, but he's definitely a huge fan of it. I'm excited to get his breakdown and his thoughts and how this stacks up to the comic for him.
He has like every issue slab now, doesn't he? In a 9.8.
he slapped them all.
Yeah.
I have them all.
He has them all
I have
raw, but he
Yeah.
bought them all separately.
I have the whole Raw collection, but I got them signed by Perez and Wolfman, so
That's
I
pretty
have to
nice.
send them. I got to send them out to CBCS though. if that's
Or
the
just
case.
keep them raw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's one day maybe we'll see. CBCS, they got better slabs than CGC.
I
They said
agree.
it. They definitely
Yeah.
said it.
I'm just thinking of the cost of doing such a thing. That's a good bit.
Yeah.
But we'll also be discussing some other topics and stuff from the week. So hope to see everybody Sunday night at 8:30. Until then,